What's good? What's good? Welcome to another episode of the CheckDown. I'm one of your hosts, Smitty. JMIK, what's good, man?
Oh, not much, man. And we primed up and ready to go to the summer at this point, man. I mean, the weather turning, and like the schedule's out too. So we all good right now.
Certified. What's happening, man?
I'm good, brother. How y'all feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, man. I can't complain, man. The NFL set me up. It's all good. You know what I mean?
Set
It
you
was,
up, bro.
yeah,
First
they
place
set me up, fam.
schedule, my boy.
Nah, fam. I don't even got a back-to-back
Nah.
home game. They set me up. Fuck this. It's
Look,
rigged.
y'all the
It's all
defending
good.
champs, my boy.
Nah, I ain't never heard of defending champs not getting no favor in back-to-back home games. I can't get back-to-back. I can't get just back-to-back home games.
I mean, not getting back-to-back home games is kind of crazy, though. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, you gotta just kind of roll with it, man.
First defending champion in history to not have back-to-back home games in the following season.
I mean, at least you ain't got a late bye, though, right?
It's like week 8, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like right in the middle of the season. That's
I
not
don't
terrible.
I don't care about the bye. Give me back-to-back home games. God
Man,
damn. But
should
it's all good. It's all good.
man,
It's all good. It's all good.
I mean, should I care about the bye? Because then my bye ain't till week 14.
Hey man, the Commanders made it to the NFC Championship with a Week 14 bye last year, man. So,
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
He got a point.
Yeah, I don't know if we're doing all that this year, man.
Pop, what's good, man? How you doing, man? How you feeling?
I'm chilling. Glad to be back with the people.
Yeah, man, we back. We back. Obviously, few things going on, but before we get into the main course, you know what I mean? Obviously, people want to know what we think about these prime time games, the schedule release. But the vote that comes in next week, man, could be crucial. Obviously, it's gonna change some of the formats. But hey, JB, so I was reading the little scenario, and they say the seeding for the first round will be based on completed schedule. But if there's a tie, a division record will come in play before a conference record, right?
Yeah.
And I'm all against that.
I
I'm
mean,
all against that.
I think if you're
Let's
gonna
go to the
move,
NBA format.
yeah, I mean,
Skip
personally,
the
like, I think if
division.
you're gonna move to this format, like, and you're de-emphasizing divisions, then the first tiebreaker should be your conference record to me. Because I mean, if they're so gung ho about saying winning your division don't matter and all the in division games don't matter as much as they have in the previous years to get you that home playoff game, I mean, to me, then the first tiebreaker should be conference record, then the second tiebreaker should be division record to me. So that's just, I mean, that's if you're gonna change it. Like, I'm a fan of just keeping it how it is. Like, I don't have an issue. Like, I think this issue was arising from that whole Lions Vikings situation last year where both teams were like 14-2. It was 14-2 going into the last game, and whoever won would have been the 1 seed, and whoever would have lost would have dropped down to the 5. And I just tell the team that lost, man, like, win the game. You win the game, you ain't got to worry about all these like permutations and shit.
Nope.
So I mean, I don't know why the rest of us got to be penalized because the Vikings was 14-2 and lost and went from the 1 to the 5. Like that ain't got nothing to do
They
with
lost
my
twice
team.
though, right? Didn't they lose back-to-back weeks to the Green Bay and to Detroit?
No, I thought they lost to the Lions and then they lost to the Rams. I thought the back.
Oh yeah, Lions and Rams. Yeah,
because I mean, like the Rams was like the first game.
they beat Green Bay. They beat Green Bay.
It was the wild card, but I mean, but that wasn't even the true.
I know they beat Green Bay now because that the day they beat Green Bay, Bartholomew had to pay his bet.
Yeah,
he told me they was going 12-5.
Yeah, but it's like, man, like if you wanted the 1 seed, then you should have beat the Lions. Like, you played the Lions 2 out of the last 3 games of their season, and they lost both times. Mm-hmm. And then to make matters worse, you complain about all this, but then you played the Rams. The game wasn't even LA. It wasn't even in LA because of the wildfires. The game was a neutral site game in Arizona, and you still lost the game.
Right. How y'all feeling, man? Sir, Pop, with this new format, man. How y'all feel about this? I know it ain't passed.
I don't see no point in changing this. Like, what's the point of doing this? I mean, I get it. Like the owner that has the better team has the possibility to, get more money, especially depending on the market that he's in. Like let's say Philly 12-5 and Dallas is 11-6. You know, Jerry gonna make a lot of money. I get that. But then it's like I know Minnesota was mad about the shit. But how many times is Minnesota gonna be in that situation? Uh
And that was a first time situation in the first place.
yeah, so it's like 9 times out of 10 they gonna need that wild card. Like it I mean that they ain't like that. And now I could see if it was Detroit, they got that type of roster, but Minnesota, like, I don't know, man. Like,
In that
mm,
format, I would have been what, the third seed?
Yeah, I mean, it changes up the whole matchups in the playoffs. Like, especially in the NFC, it completely changes the matchups.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you would have been the third seed. You'd have been behind the Vikings.
And what's it called? The Commanders would have got a home playoff game. They'd have been the fourth seed.
Yeah, I mean, like they'd have been the fourth seed, and then I'd have to look up like I mean, like the other like 5 through 7 what that would have been. But yeah, like I mean, like you talking about changing up the complete playoff picture of the playoffs last year. Like it's not even close to the same.
Yeah, I don't.
Mhm.
I think the owner should vote it down. I don't see no value in changing what's been in place. I think winning your division matters, and if you want to have that playoff home game, then do so. It's not our fault that the NFC North had three teams with 10 plus
Okay.
wins in it.
JMIK, so it'd have been Detroit would have been the one. I still would have been the two.
Okay.
Minnesota would have been the three. Commanders would have been the four. Green Bay 5. Green Bay 5. Rams 6. Seattle 7. Tampa would have missed the playoffs.
Yeah. Papa, and you go ahead. I think you was in the middle of saying something.
Yeah. I just wanted to give y'all the scenario for
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah,
That
no,
would have
I
been
just I
that'd
just
have been
think
disgusting.
there's no purpose to changing it. Okay, yeah, the Vikings have to go on the road, but guess what? Low key, the team you played did too. Like they wasn't in their home. Like it wasn't like they was in what made them comfortable. They wasn't playing in their stadium. They fans had to travel.
I
You
forgot
just
about
weren't
that part.
prepared.
I
You know what I
forgot
mean?
about that. The Fires made them play at Arizona, didn't it?
Yeah,
Yes, and it
too.
was last minute as well because it was still like, oh, is it gonna be over? It's so like, all this other stuff still going on. So they had to move too. They had to prepare for that game too. Y'all just didn't come ready to play. Let's just be a bug. You didn't come ready to play for real.
They wasn't
Yeah,
prepared
I
at
mean,
all.
I just think it's a lot of just like it's just like I just like every year, man. Some of the rule changes, like I really don't be in favor of them, to be honest. Like, and I just think they just overcompensate. And like football's an easy game, man. It's like you have 4 downs to get 10 yards, man, and you got to score as many points as you can in the duration of the 4 quarters. And at the end of the season, man, whoever won the division get a home game because you not only played this, I mean, you played the 3 teams in your own division, but you also had 11 other games, and you finished the top of your division. And
The
so I
only
mean,
thing it would have changed for the AFC Mick would have been the Chargers moving to the 4 seed.
yeah, because the Texans had 2 less wins than them, or
Yeah,
was it
so
1 less win or something
yeah,
like
the
that.
Texans would have had to go on the road.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know what it is with the constant trying to, teeter with the rules. Like some things don't need to be changed. Like this is one of them things. I mean, making the division less important. Like I'm just not with, man, because there's a reason we have divisions in the first place. Like when you go into training camp, the first goal on the board is to win your division. Like that's what the coaches tell you. I mean, whether you're playing, in college or win your conference or in the pros, win your division, win your division first. I guess the second goal would be like get the best record in the conference. You get the one you get to buy, and then obviously win a Super Bowl. And I just think this just makes the divisions less important, and also makes the rivalry matchups in the division less important, because it's like if you don't get a home game, like like you don't, like it's not. I mean, obviously you want to win every game you can. Like I'm not saying that, but like, I'm all for divisions and just like the rivalries. Like everybody on the Patriot fence, with the rivalries that we had with the Jets, the Bills, and the Dolphins. And those are big games for us every year. And I mean, vice versa like the AFC North or the NFC West, or whatever division you're talking about. And I just hope the owners. I think they start meeting on Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever. Like I just hope that they vote it down. That's all.
I mean, because if we say that rule change did happen last playoffs, right?
Mhm.
Chargers still wouldn't have had a home game because they
Mm-mm.
playing so far as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I'm just saying, like,
True.
win your division. It's like, do that. So I hope the owners don't pass this. 'Cause I think it's a lame rule change, honestly.
Yeah, it's kind of that. Yeah, that'd have been messed up because it'd have still been Chiefs, Buffalo, Baltimore, but it'd have been Chargers, Houston, Pittsburgh, Denver. But it would have completely dismantled the NFC though.
Yeah, I mean, like the NFC was a lot closer and a lot. It would have really worked at the NFC. The AFC, it would have been a couple. I think it's like 2 changes. I think, but that was it.
Tampa and Rams lose their home game.
You
go to
Tampa wouldn't have been
Minnesota and
playoffs at all.
Washington.
Yeah, Tampa would have just not been in.
Then Green Bay gets the 5th. And then if you said it comes down the division and conference record, then the next team in that slate of teams would have been Green Bay. Then you got the Rams, and then you would have had Seattle actually sneak in at the 7th seed because they had a better division record.
Yeah, I just think some things are left not to be touched.
Yeah, bro. You that would have took Tampa whole purpose of winning the division out of the equation because it would have been no purpose. It'd have been like, why did I win?
And I know, some other teams that like Seattle that was sitting outside the playoffs, like they'd be happy about it. But it's like that's just for one singular year. Like it's like there are going to
What
be
happens when you
times.
win yours?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's gonna be other years when maybe your division not the greatest, and like, what happens is when you only got 8 or 9 wins, and then like
Yeah.
you don't make the playoffs because someone got a better record than you. Like, then what?
You win your division at 9-8, but nah, you don't make the playoffs.
I mean,
At the end of the day, man, if they do this, divisions are pointless.
Mm-hmm.
So, you
yeah,
know,
pretty much.
how they gonna make that work? How do you do the schedules if you take
But
away
well,
the
hold on.
division?
Well, sir, technically speaking, that's why I had made like the statement at the beginning. Technically speaking, your division record would be the first indicator and the tiebreaker with the same record. So if like that's why I said, but in the situation of last year, Seattle would have took Tampa's spot division record wise. Then it's like okay, now you take Tampa Bay out of the playoffs for what? Like, so yeah, my division mattered, but they saying in a tiebreaker the division winner comes into play, right?
Then if that's the
How
case, why are you changing the rule?
that's what I was going to ask. So what's the purpose of you telling me my division matters, but my division doesn't matter for me to get into the playoffs, but it would matter if I tie break?
Yeah,
I played 6 games for it only to matter if I happen to have the same record as somebody else.
I just think it's stupid.
Just leave the format how it is. They always trying to tweak something for somebody else. Like, I don't even know why we still voting on this shit.
I'm gonna be honest. Do you think, like, say Detroit do lose that game, you think there's gonna be a rule change that Detroit won with the type of culture and how they head coach just feel?
He the one that put the bid in.
Lame ass shit.
It's Dan
Listen,
Campbell. It's a Dan Campbell rule. Whatever it is.
Yeah, I think so. Like, so I was in a space yesterday. I heard Zig talking about it, right? He a Lions fan, right? And what he was telling me was like St. Brown on a podcast, like introduced this idea a couple months ago. And then what he was telling me was that Troy Vincent seen the podcast, but like Troy Vincent, I mean, he's got some like position in the league, but like Troy Vincent can't propose like rule changes. And so
Got you.
and so Troy Vincent called the Lions and said, "Can you just propose this since your player came up with the idea?" The idea had been floating around. I mean, I've heard this idea for the last couple of seasons, so it's not a new idea. But I mean, that's why the Lions presented because Troy Vincent asked them to. So
Because you're not
a
attached to any
team, so
organization in the league.
yeah, I
Got
mean, so
you.
he can't present a new rule. So that's what Zig said.
Mm.
I don't I ain't checked up on that, so I don't know if that's factual. But I mean, it sounds feasible though.
I still don't care because I'm gonna be honest with you. If we just think about what the NFC North is and the landscape of the NFC North, there's some teams that make the playoffs. I don't think gonna be repeating, and it's just based upon their schedules this year and the team structures this year.
I mean, like I think the NFC going to look a lot in the playoffs. I think it's going to look a lot different this year. I don't. I mean, you could possibly have three teams that made the playoffs last year that might not make the playoffs this year.
Yeah, like right now, if we just looking at paper teams with the schedule, right? I could say there's two teams that come out of the NFC West again.
And I think the Nines are going to make a resurgence. And my thing, I mean, like the like I just can't count on them being bad because I think when CMC comes back, like it changes that whole offense. So I think there's a chance that like that team could make a run.
Yeah, and then if you also look at the 49ers schedule, they got what? They were the fourth place team in their division.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit cupcake, dog.
Yeah, if you just look at their schedule and then
They
you
got
pay
the
attention to the
easiest. I
moves
think they
they
got the
made,
easiest. Don't they got the easiest schedule?
I think
Since like
so.
2013 or some shit like that.
I think it's either them
Yeah.
or the Bills got the easiest schedule. I think it's one of the two.
I know the 49ers is in the top five teams of
Oh,
the
it's definitely
easiest.
us.
Yeah.
I,
We
I'll
got the
find
So
the graphic.
easiest shit.
I'll find the graphic for us. Hold on.
Yeah.
yeah, and just looking at it, it's like, yeah, I could see if the 49ers win 10 games, they can be in the playoff picture.
I mean, there's that, and I mean, the Vikings got a good roster, but there's just too many questions at the quarterback position here. He's never played. And
Exactly.
so I don't know. He could be really good, or he could not be.
Well, I will say the system that they run in Minnesota is very quarterback friendly. So,
I mean, it
eh,
is. But the problem is you got a quarterback that ain't never played. That's my issue. And so I just got to see him like get snaps, man. He didn't really. I think he played one preseason game, and I mean then he got hurt. But I mean for the Vikings, like what happens if he's gotten hurt already? What happens if he get in the game? Let's say he plays the first month and then he gets hurt. Like I don't even know who their backup is. Was their backup Sam Howell or something?
I don't know.
So I think there's a good chance that the Vikings don't make the playoffs. I think the Packers and the Lions still make it. I think those two still make it. And then what else? You know, I mean, you have the South. I think only one team comes out the South. I mean, whether it's the Bucks or it's the Falcons, I'm not sure which. But right now, I've got to see some preseason before I make my pick. So I
There's
think
the
one of them two
top
teams.
10, I think. Man, that's the top
Yeah.
10 easiest schedule.
Yeah, and then you got
Yeah.
the East. You know, I mean, where you got the Eagles and the Commanders, and then you got a possibility with the Giants or the Cowboys. Like, you know, I mean, who knows? Like, if those rosters stay healthy, you know, I mean, like they might be one of those teams that you don't expect to make the playoffs.
That's a fact, especially just say that Dart does work out with the Giants and you have that defense that I thought was really well last year. You upgrade at certain positions
What's good,
on the
DT?
defense side of the ball. You just need your quarterback to not lose you the game. And if Dart can do that, yeah, the Giants they can
The Giants
slide
got.
into the
I think the
playoff
Giants
picture.
on the opposite end of the spectrum, though. I think they, if I'm not mistaken, have the hardest strength of
They
Hey,
schedule.
do. They do. And if you look at their first 10 games, it's rough, bro.
I mean, I'm starting to think that the league don't like them niggas. Cause when the schedule came out, I seen that first 10 games. I'm like, what did y'all do to Roger Goodell? Because that shit is crazy.
Yeah, that's rough.
I was like,
It's
God damn.
Okay, I got the full graphic now.
Because I mean, like I like the Giants roster, but I mean, like that schedule was crazy. Like I mean, if they could somehow get out the first 10 games, like maybe like a 5-5 or 4-6, then I think they'll be fine. But like there's a possibility that they might come out them 10 games like a 2-8 or a 3-7. And if you do that,
yeah.
that's
It
pretty much your season right there.
it's wraps at that point.
Well,
Hold on, I'm gonna change the
I don't
graphic
know.
out because this is the full list.
I mean, but I was also the opinion that Russ wasn't gonna make it through the season anyways.
So it's Giants, Bears, Lions, Eagles, Cowboys, top 5.
I mean, yeah, 'cause I think the Patriots got like the third easiest schedule too.
Yeah,
Which,
you right behind the Saints and the Niners.
but what I always tell people though in the preseason, like right around this time, is like you could look at strength of schedule, but it's based off what the team was last year. There's no
Yeah, it's
guarantee.
based off last year. Yeah,
Yeah, there's just no guarantee that the team that you playing. I mean, like for instance, like like we get to play the Titans because they had a last place schedule. And I mean, I don't think the Titans going to be that great, but there's no. I mean, they got Cam Ward. Their free agency wasn't that bad. The draft was pretty good. I mean, the Titans could be. I mean, they could end up being a 6-7 win team. So some situations like that, like the Browns were bad last year, but I mean, who knows? Like they might be able to make a jump. It's just certain teams that played finished in last that you just. Yeah, they were bad last year, but that I mean, the NFL is a league to league year. Like, so it's like a team could be bad last year, but I mean, be good this year.
true. No argument there. Can't argue that. Oh yeah, hey man, my bad, sir. Man, my bad, bro. Congratulations, good brother. My bad.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
appreciate it.
man.
I appreciate
You
it.
got your
It's nice.
franchise quarterback locked up. You know what I mean for
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
foreseeable future.
Yeah, I know, man. I know.
And if you just think about it, Brock Purdy is relatively young. I think he like 25 now. By the time
Yeah,
he 30 and he performs well, whew,
I know.
Yeah, but it's funny because
Wow, so glad to get that deal done.
yeah, but to me, and on your team, it's like a 50-50 proposition with your fans. They either love Purdy or they fucking hate his guts, though.
Oh man, I don't care about them people. I ain't gonna call them. I don't care about them people. You know, like it's a great contract. Like, what are we talking about? So, everybody wanted it. The thing is, it's like people. It's frustrating because we have these conversations every year where people act like the salary cap is like a bank account where you got credits where, credits you put money in, debits you take money out. That's not the salary cap, dog. Like, yeah, it got numbers, but it don't work like that, man. You got dead cap, you got adjusted cap. Most motherfuckers don't even know what adjusted cap even exists. And half of the motherfuckers that have heard the phrase adjusted cap don't even know how it works. So it's like, it is what it is. But listen, man, we went from seventh in salary cap to seventh to second, and right now, for next season, we're 12th in salary cap with 38 million, and that's with no money rolled over. So everybody keep talking about like cap hell, and I'm like, you don't know how the salary cap works, man. That's not how it works. So oh man, you giving them so much money early, yeah. So that we can keep them later. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have no dead cap next year at all, none. You know, and we only paying them 5 million this year. So it's
Still,
like that's how we could take on like what is like almost 70 million in dead cap we took on this year. No, it's almost 80. We take that on, and then it's done. We don't have no more, so we can give him a lot of money next year, and it's not gonna fuck with us because we don't have no dead cap. You know, so
Yeah, I
it
mean,
all works out. I get to keep all my players.
yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you. Like a lot of people that talk about football, they don't understand the cap. Like they don't even understand the concept of when you have more money for go to the 25 season, and obviously there's not players out there that you can like. Because my team, we still got the most cap. We got like 60 million. There's no
Yeah,
players that are going to spend 60 million on. There's none. So
yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
maybe
It don't work like that. Yeah,
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 yeah. So maybe we make a trade in the middle of the season to get a some guy that might be on the trade block that might be a high salary guy. Maybe I don't know. I doubt it. But we're gonna roll that money over the next year because I think next year right now, like we only have like 20 million in cap space, but I don't expect my team to make crazy moves because we made all our crazy moves this year.
yeah,
So they're gonna roll that over. I mean, like Gonzalez got to get paid, so they're gonna give him a deal. But when you give contract, that's the shit that a lot of people don't understand. When you give contracts, long term deals to guys, it gives you more cap space in that same
yeah,
year.
yep.
yeah.
So,
I keep saying that.
but I mean, like people just I mean, like people look at the raw numbers. Like people look at Purdy got 200 something million, but even if you read the tweet from Schefter or Pelissero, whoever you read it from, he's not even getting over 200 million guaranteed. He only
Right.
getting
Feels
180
like
million
181.
guaranteed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Right.
for a quarterback. I mean, like guys like Tua and Trevor Lawrence got more than that guaranteed
Yeah.
money. So I don't think it's a bad deal. Like if you want to talk about annual value per year, I
See, I
always
was
told
about to
people,
bring that up.
yeah, I
Annual
was telling
value
people he
per
was gonna
year.
annual value per year. He was gonna get between 50 and 55. Like I already knew that
Yeah.
was gonna happen.
But
So
he's not going to see that though. That's the
no,
whole
I mean
thing
like he's
about
gonna need all
it.
the incentives. I mean, a lot of time quarterbacks
Yeah.
do hit the incentives a lot of the time. But you just you got to wait year to year to see if he actually hits those incentives.
I mean, well, some of that is, he's not going to have the time because the way I look at it is like is 5 years, 252 and 180 guaranteed. So the way that I translate that is 4 years, 180. Because the,
Yep.
the fifth year is the last year is usually a void year.
Yep.
So he's either going to get cut or he's going to get extended, where they're going to just give him a new deal. So he's not even going to see those numbers for the fifth year.
True.
And the thing is that Brock Purdy,
Yeah.
gets better and elevates his game and puts up better numbers, then the deal he signed
Hmm.
will be a bargain. And if that's the case, then you're gonna extend them again. Like to me, people got like I just think people understand like when you find a quarterback that's functional on your offense and that puts up good stats and gets you wins and get you to certain places in the playoffs, like you can't just not sign that guy. It doesn't like quarterbacks are not like running backs where you could just find them wherever in the draft or wherever free.
Hmm.
Like that position don't work that way. So if you find a guy that works, you kind of got to stick with him.
Yeah. 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 Oh no, I'm cool, and we're currently working on an extension for Fred as well. So that should create more cap, especially since this is I don't know. I think this is his third extension. Uh, yeah.
Hey, Radiohead.
After that,
You think he gonna BTA me week 1? You out your rabbit mind. Them sorry ass Cowboys couldn't belt their ass nothing.
I don't know, dog. Like, I hope y'all.
Man, we
I
gonna.
mean, when do y'all do that to each other in the
That's what
division
I'm
though?
saying. It ain't gonna be no belt. I'm not belt. I'm gonna win.
Oh, okay.
I
He's
mean,
not
my
gonna
only thing
belt.
is, man, you gotta be careful about that banner night shit, man. Like a lot of the time, you hang up that banner, the banner team don't win though. I'm
We
just
winning
saying.
that night, guys.
And that just listen, man. I know, but that CD and Pickens thing, man. Like, I think niggas is underestimating this shit, man. Like I think this is gonna be fun.
I mean, if the line could keep the guys off of Dak and they give them time to sit back there and throw it, like for
I
a lot
like
of
that
defenses,
line, JMIK.
I mean, like that shit could be a problem for a lot of defenses.
Yeah.
But I mean, my
Yeah.
issue with the Cowboys when I look at their roster is the O line is young, so that's a
Yeah.
potential issue. Kind of got to see how that works itself out. Like if those guys can kind of mesh together.
What them boys gonna do when both of my linebackers disappeared and shifted to motherfucking a 6-man front and it's all
I'm not even
coming at
worried
the
about all that. Like I'm worried about can they block the
that was the
combination
problem last year though when people
Carter and
shift the
Davis.
fronts when they had to go from one front to the next they was having
Well, you
problems with
better
that
get
shit last
home,
year.
dog.
We gonna
Yeah,
get
so I mean, that's my first issue with the Cowboys. My second issue is the defense and them stopping the run. They couldn't stop the run last year. I don't see what they did to fix that. So maybe they had players hurt last year and those players are coming back, maybe, but I don't think they solved that issue. So I gotta kind of see how they first week they gotta play y'all.
but what
Saquon
but
and Hurts gonna run the ball, bro. Like so you
who in
want
the front seven other than Overshawn was hurt?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I like, I mean, like, I'll just say this. Like, I watch a lot of football. I just don't watch my own team. Like, I watch a lot of other teams. But I mean, when it comes down to knowing like who's hurt and what injuries are serious, like obviously I'm not gonna get that in depth into it for every single team. That's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't see they didn't sign a bunch of guys. They only signed their own guys in free agency. In the draft, they tried to address like the trenches on the offensive side. I think they might have took a D tackle. Maybe I have to look that up, but. Yeah, like if you can't stop the run, bro, like especially in that division that you're in, like the teams are gonna run the ball. Like the Giants are gonna want to run the ball this year. Y'all gonna run the ball, and the Commanders are gonna want to run the ball, whether it's with like JD5 or I mean whether it's with Brian Robinson. I mean whoever else having that backfield. So you gotta in the quarterbacks in that division, you gotta be able to stop the run. And I don't know if the Cowboys can do it.
Yeah, I agree, especially
They took
with
a
the
D tackle
linebacker
in the 7th round.
position. Okay. Yeah, you didn't really address the linebacker position which I think is like the weakest part of their defense. You bring in Eberflus as your DC. We'll see how that works out. Um, but for me, I also don't like outside of what they haven't done, in my opinion, to upgrade their run defense. I also don't think they upgraded their offensive run game either. You got two guys who are like scatterbug running backs to me. You got two small guys, and you do have Phil Maffa. We'll see how that works out because I think they drafted Phil in the 7th round, 6th or 7th round.
Yeah, 7th round.
Yeah, so you do have Phil Maffa who could be your big body, and then you picked up Miles Sanders who washed out when he went to Carolina. We'll see how that ends up playing out, but between the run defense and offensively being able to run the ball, those are my big questions for the Cowboys going into the new season.
Yeah, I didn't understand why they let Rico go to Carolina and then they signed Javonte Williams, who to me is a worse running back than Rico. And they signed Miles Sanders, and I haven't liked Miles Sanders in a while. So, like, I just like I don't know what you're gonna get out that backfield. I mean, with Javonte and Miles Sanders, I mean, like they drafted two rookies. They drafted Jaden Blue, who I like as a third down back to catch the ball at the backfield. I like him for that. And then they drafted a kid out of Clemson, Phil was in there, Phil Maffa.
Martha.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't bad at Clemson. But I don't know. I just don't like that running back. Like I don't like Javonte Williams at all. Like he had a chance in Denver and he never could do anything.
He
So
just was never right after he got injured for real. He just never was right. He was promising his rookie year, but you never could get back. And then if you look at that Denver team, they were trying to figure out who was going to be that running back because you had Javante, you had McLaughlin, you had Esteem over there as well, and nobody solidified themselves as running back one. And your best running back was Bo Nix.
yeah, I mean, the craziest thing is they gave Javante almost $3 million, and Rico got $3 million from Carolina. Like you could have just, and to me, Rico's a better back than Javante. They could have just just gave Rico the $3 million he got in Carolina and just kept it pushing. But it's just like I just don't know with Jerry and that front office. Like sometimes they just be overthinking it to me.
Hey man, they a little special over there. But I think they gonna get it together, man. I listen, man. I ain't saying that Dallas is gonna be competitive, but I think they're gonna put up some points. And uh, CD and Dak is an offense all by itself.
Yeah,
You
that's true.
know, so um,
And
yeah, I'm
yeah, I
just
think
excited to
Knicks
see what
too.
they're gonna do. I just want
And
to see some competition, man. That's all.
I feel you, and like to the point you brought up earlier, sir. I do like Pickens being over there in Dallas now because you got your two on the opposite side of CD, and also like the two tight ends that got up over there too. So that's a nice passing offense group that they have over there, like
You
pass catchers. I like it.
And I also just thinking like CD finally got a running mate where like he might still get doubled, but I mean like I mean you're not gonna be able to do more than that. Like what I mean. I mean like you can't just leave Pickens and just not cover him, only give him one-on-one coverage because he's I mean like he's a good 50-50 ball catcher. So I mean, you're gonna have to respect Pickens and I mean what he can do because I mean he's I mean CD can run any I mean any route on the field, short to intermediate to deep. But I mean, like Pickens is a great boundary receiver. Like I should say great, but he's a really good boundary receiver, and I mean he can make plays when the ball's in the air. So I just think when you're going against him, like you got to respect him.
So who got the best wide receiver duo in
What
the league?
in the league? Let's see, man.
I still like. Ooh, I would
Let's-
have to really think on it, but I
Is
do like.
Pickens better? Is Pickens better than Higgins?
I think
I mean, to me, they're
Pig.
very similar, though.
Yeah, to me, it's a push
I'd
for
probably say
Bam.
Pickens is better because he plays more. I mean, the skill sets are quite similar, but Higgins misses games and Pickens doesn't really miss games.
How close is CD to Jamar?
I think Jamar better than CD, but I don't think it's that far off though.
I don't think the margin between them is that far away. I think it's pretty close.
Yeah,
Who are you taking, AJ or Jamar?
I'm taking Jamar,
yeah, I
but
gotta take Jamar.
I'm taking Smitty over Higgins though.
Oh
So
yeah,
that's yeah that cancel. I think
Uh,
that matchup kind of cancels
I mean to
itself
me,
so
out.
so is AJ closer to Jamar or is Higgins closer to Smitty?
I think AJ is closer to Jamar than Higgins is closer to Smitty.
Mm,
Yeah,
I
because I
think
think
Smitty is above
Smitty
and
is.
beyond better than him.
Yeah, agreed, JMIK.
Like
Agreed.
because Smitty, like I think Smitty gets a bad rap, man, because it's he playing next to AJ. So I mean, it's not. I mean, you're not going to get all the opportunities that you would get if he's on another team and he was the main guy. Because I think he could be a one on
yeah,
other teams. So it's just like I think he gets a bad rap because he don't get like the targets that AJ gets, obviously, because AJ's the better receiver. And so, I mean, like people just, I mean, like I just implore people like watch him at Bama. Like, there's a reason he won the Heisman, bro. He ain't win the Heisman for no reason. Like, he won that shit because the nigga's good. And I mean, like, even with the Eagles, if you watch the Eagles tape and you watch the film, I mean, he's getting open on a lot of these routes. It's just, he's not going to be the first in the progression all the time.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a fact. Because I don't think T Higgins is a one.
Nah, I don't think so. I mean,
I
like
don't
people
think
try to
so
push
either.
that 1-1A shit.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't think T
I think
Higgins is a
he's
one.
a solid two. T Higgins
Yeah,
is a solid two.
Now
Smitty is a player, in my opinion. I think you can say is if you want to say 1A, 1B with the Eagles. I don't have a problem with you saying that.
yeah,
Between him and AJB, like I don't have
yeah,
a
yeah.
problem with that.
Same here.
I think Higgins can be a one by default. Like he'd be the one in Indianapolis.
Well, yeah, I mean, like if he hit the free, AC market, we was able to sign him. I mean, he would have been the number one with the Patriots, but
Yeah.
but
Oh,
the thing,
yeah, yeah.
but the thing is, I be telling people this, man. Just because you go to a team and you're a number one wide receiver, that don't make you a number one wide receiver. Now, I mean,
Right.
that might sound crazy if you just clip me and just hear me say that, but it's true. Like, I mean, like the thing is, I mean, you could be the number one wide receiver in Buffalo, but that don't mean that you go to another team that's got a better wide receiver core. That same guy not going to be a number one on like a team like maybe like a team like the Jets or the Cowboys or the Eagles or even the 49ers. Like just because you put X on one team, that and I be telling dudes on Twitter that like when you talk about ranking the number one wide receivers, like just because you play the X on one team, that don't mean I got to call you like a wide receiver one.
All right, so this goes into my question: Is DK a one?
By
See,
default.
that's tough because he's so close. Like to me, he's like, I mean, like he's like a high echelon wide receiver too. I mean, he could do wide receiver one things. I just don't think he's consistent enough.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah,
I don't think
I
I
just think the
also
same.
don't think he does enough.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
his route tree is very limited.
yeah. See, I mean, the thing I love about DK though is he knows what he's good at and he does what he's good at really well.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
that's
agree.
also an issue because I mean, like you said, his route tree is not like other wide receiver. Like he don't have the route tree that Jamar has or Jettis has or AJ Brown has or St. Brown has. Like he don't have that. And so for me, like I can't put you with those guys because those guys could do anything, everything on the
And
field.
and what I see with DK is when he matches up with a cornerback that's able to shut what he does down, you can take him out the game.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't do good with physical corners, man. Like big, like
Nah, at
corners
all.
over 6'1" and physical, he's not gonna have a good day.
That's crazy. For a motherfucker that's like 6'3", 250.
Yeah,
They
it's crazy, but it's a
crazy.
fact though.
Oh, they said DK has a lot of drops.
Yeah, and I think the other thing about
Well,
DK,
no, I think they're talking about AJ. Because if you look at
What?
the message, look at the message previous above that one. It says AJ doesn't do much against us, and he has a lot of drops. They're talking about AJ Brown.
oh,
That's bullshit.
I mean, he's trying to shit on you, man. That's fucked up.
He trying to
Damn,
lie.
dog.
That's the problem. You
They
want
out
to
here
shit on me,
lying on
tell
you, brother.
truth, but you're lying. AJ
Oh my
Brown is
God.
bottom of the league in drops. Everybody,
Nope.
Yeah, I
we,
mean,
we can look at the numbers, good brother. Matter of fact, the
Mm.
dude you picked up is top of the league in drop percentage though. Oh, he talk about DK. Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah.
okay. I was gonna
I mean, but
say
I
I'm
mean,
just saying, bro, the way you
the way he put it down,
sandwich,
but
yeah, the way you sandwiched that, bro, that was crazy.
I mean, but the thing I want you to see about DK in Pittsburgh is like if Aaron Rodgers does play for them, what is that going to look like? Because the things that DK does well, I mean, Aaron Rodgers can like get the ball down the field. I mean, as long as he's healthy, like he can still do that. So,
To
but
me, it's not even like DK because I think DK can work with Aaron Rodgers, presuming he is the quarterback for the Steelers. It's the rest of the wide receivers they have. I know they still have Calvin Austin,
yep,
Roman
I
Wilson,
like
their
Calvin.
draft pick from last year, didn't really play because he never got healthy for real.
yep.
Um, I don't know if they did get another wide receiver in the draft. I don't recall them doing a free agent signing either.
Didn't they
They
draft
didn't
Buddy
draft
last
a
year?
wide receiver.
They drafted one last year, didn't they?
Yeah,
Roman.
that's Roman Wilson.
That's
Okay.
Roman Wilson.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would
man,
have
they
to
did
look
the
at
depth
their
chart.
draft. Yeah, I'll have to look at their draft or
Yeah, so
whatever.
like their starting wide receivers right now are DK, Robert Woods, and Calvin Austin. And then,
Yeah.
and then we also said that they have Roman Wilson, who they drafted last year. They signed Scotty Miller. They got the Ben kid from the Rams. Well, I can't pronounce his last name. I'm not gonna try. And then the other names are just a bunch of niggas I ain't never heard of. So
Yeah.
it's a little thin. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like, it's a little thin back there.
Yeah, because Robert Woods,
I mean, like,
how
and I
many
think that
years?
nigga's 45.
Yeah, bro. Like he was
That
with
nigga's
the
been playing forever.
Texans last year, and I'm gonna be honest, when they need a wide receiver, he was not the one to go to.
Yeah, he's
I
just
ain't go.
Yeah, he's gotten really old. I mean, like Robert
He's
Woods.
on he's on the latter part of his career right now, and he's not a difference maker in a wide receiver core to me.
And I mean, like, I get DK's a really good wide receiver, but what you need DK to do is take the coverage away from Woods and Calvin Austin, and maybe if Roman get on the field. Like, you need him to be, do that. And like a lot of guys don't do that. Like the wide receiver ones in the league, they're capable of doing that. I don't know
Hmm
DK's out there that I'm really rolling my coverage and changing my coverage because DK's out there.
Not especially if I do have that cornerback on my roster, I can hang with him one on one.
Yeah.
I don't have to do that.
And I mean, like personally, I mean, like if I'm Aaron Rodgers, like I'm looking at the roster, like yeah, I get to throw the DK, but I mean, outside of DK and Fryer move, what is real? What do they really have?
Mm.
It's not a lot. So I don't. I mean, people we all love to say the Steelers are going to go 9-8 because they're not going to have a losing season. But if they don't get Aaron Rodgers, I'm not sure how they win 9 games next year
at all. Ready, Red. I don't know if Ringo's starting. I can't answer that question.
I mean, for y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, what I heard is, I mean, he might be your other boundary corner. I mean,
man, I don't know that shit, man.
I mean, it sounds like you know it, but you don't want to admit it.
Nah,
Yeah,
it sound like I got faith in somebody else on the team. I just don't want to, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna.
Yeah, it sound like he hoping somebody else show up and
Yeah,
get that
I didn't
spot.
realize that y'all
Uh-huh.
signed the Dory Jackson though.
Huh?
And I mean, I didn't realize y'all signed the Dory though.
Oh no, he fuck him. Play.
I mean, you might be saying that right now, but he's listed as your CB2 right now.
He's not CB2.
He's listed as CB2.
Yeah,
right now.
ESPN can do whatever they want, but I know my team, and he's definitely not CB2.
So is it Ringo then?
Ringo right now, it is his spot to lose.
I mean, I don't think the kid you drafted, Mac McWilliams, I do like certain things about the kid, but I don't think he's gonna, unless he has an amazing camp, I don't think he's surpassing Ringo. Maybe Ricks, maybe.
I don't know about Eli Ricks, bro.
I'm just saying maybe. I ain't say he would. I said maybe.
I don't know. I said I don't know about him. Like he don't get he be just like loafing in the back of the crowd. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, but at least you know that your CB1 and your nickel corner is pretty much locked up. I mean, you ain't got to worry about that.
Yeah, locked up. He talking about he gonna do that, man. Yeah. Yeah.
This is interesting, man. I mean,
that slot merchant. We know that slot merchant gonna be one-on-one with my guy. So you know, we all know that.
Yeah, I mean, try to get open on Cooper, man. It's tough, man.
You know that slot merchant gonna be down there in that deep sea with my boy. So we already know.
Yeah, I mean, the Cooper DeJean, like it's lucky. I mean, y'all were lucky because I feel like people didn't want to draft him, man, because he was a white corner, man. And that's just a shame that you got front offices with scouting departments, and you don't, and I get it. There's not a lot of white corners that make it in the league over the last 20 years.
Right.
But if you scouting the kid got talent, man. Like you got to just draft the kid, man. You can't not draft him. Like just because he's white.
Right.
So
it's gonna be interesting though, man. Because yeah, they talk a lot of shit. I'm sorry.
What they Cowboy fans?
Yeah, they be pissing me off.
Well, I mean, like they always think it's their year, man. Like it kind of remind me of like certain other teams and like certain sports, man. Like they always think it's their year. And I be trying to tell people, man, it's nobody's year, man. Like you got to go out there and play and win and earn that shit, bro. I be hating when people say, "Oh, well, this is our year." Says who?
Hey, how y'all feel about people saying they believe Emeka Ibuka will win Rookie of the Year? I see that a lot.
I don't think he's gonna win Rookie of the Year though. I mean, I think I made a post about a couple of months ago after he got drafted. Not a couple months, but a month. Like I think he has a possibility to be the best wide receiver in his class.
Right.
But I don't think he's about to be Rookie of the Year. I think it's two guys to me. It's Cam Ward or it's Genty. I think one of them two guys is going to win. Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Hey, Ready Red, let's not do this 9-4 shit. Can we please not do this? Can we please not do these falsified stats?
I mean, Dak is good against that division, though, man.
Okay. All right. Let's since JMIK want to smile and make me get into it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I mean, if you want to offer
Outside
more,
of okay, he faced two starters in those whatever stretch, right? He's 5-4 against them.
Okay.
One of his wins is against Ian Book. Pop, would you like to come off mute and tell me about Ian Book?
No,
that was a lovely mediocre white boy whose first pass in the NFL was a pick six. Yeah.
All right. So next game is against Jarrett Stidham. Would anybody remember Jarrett Stidham?
Yeah, because we actually drafted him. So yeah, I mean, he wasn't terrible. He wasn't great either. He wasn't. I mean, he's probably your
At
average
all,
number.
Gina. It doesn't at all.
Gardner Minshew.
I mean, Gardner Minshew was a solid starter in the league, man.
Gardner Minshew took him to the brink. Go look at the game. It was neck and neck.
I mean, it's true, but I mean, Gardner Minshew not this ass quarterback.
No, I ain't gonna say yes, but
I'm pretty sure. I mean, Gina could tell you that he's not ass.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's their backup right now. Listen, Minshew Mania is up in KC
I
right
think
now.
he actually beat them too. I think when he was on the Colts, I think they beat the Chiefs. I think he was a quarterback.
Yeah, I do believe so, JMIK.
Yeah, so he's not ass. He's just your average quarterback. I mean, all I'm saying is,
and then I think the other one is against Will Greer.
I mean, but here's what
you want to tell me about Will Greer? He was at your training camp a few years ago.
Yeah, I mean, like Will Greer not really good, but like my pushback on all this is like he don't control who he playing against. Like he just gotta play the games on the schedule. If your guy ain't healthy, it
wasn't all health though. Some of those games is the last game of the season. We clinched up the playoffs. Dak is trying to get into the playoffs. We sit our starter, you get a win.
I mean, but you can't deny that Dak puts up good numbers against his division. Though he does. Like you know, I mean, you can point to the quarterbacks he's going against, but he still puts up good numbers against those defenses that he's been playing against. And I'm not saying the Cowboys going to sweep the division, nothing like that. But like Dak, as long as Dak is healthy, he gives the Cowboys a chance to win some of these games. Now, I mean, whether that defense can hold up is another story. But or I mean, he throws a pick and I mean a clutch moment in the game. That's another story. But his production against the NFC East is good, man. And I mean, that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, he living off the two dead franchises he smashed every year, put up fucking 90 points on.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta live off something.
I mean, is that his
point differential with them two is crazy.
Yeah, but that goes into them teams and how they structured. That's not his problem.
I mean, his Cowboys are going to the game.
I'm not gonna argue for the other two teams that get slaughtered in the NFC East. I can't argue with them. Can't do that.
I mean, there's context to everything, but like as long as Dak goes out there and he performs against the defense that is in his division, then I can't say nothing. Like, I mean, Dak is. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a Dak, you say, like a Dak guy, because in the playoffs, I mean, he melts like an ice cream that's been sitting out for like 30 minutes, man. That's what he does. But in the regular season, man, the boy put up good numbers. That's all I'm saying. Like, he gonna keep the Cowboys. And in a lot of these games, and I had to look at their record last year, even with all the movement at quarterback, they still won 7 games last year, and their offense really wasn't that good. So you got to think if they could have won 7 last year, they should be able to win somewhere between 7 to 9 this year. Like I don't think that's crazy.
No, that's how I got them at 9 wins.
Yeah, but the problem is 9 wins might not get you in the playoffs, so that's a problem for them. But
yeah, I got them at 9 wins. That's exactly where I got them at.
And 9 and 8. And I don't tell the Commander fans, man, I get that y'all won 12 games, but just because you won 12 games last year don't mean you gonna win 12 this year.
No, they said 15. That's
Say what?
They told me 15.
15 games?
How the hell they gonna
win?
With your schedule?
And they said they splitting with me and they losing to
yeah, let me take a look at this schedule. Hold
yeah,
on.
Tell me the schedule.
Hey, JMIK, look at that schedule. You tell me where you see 15 wins.
They said they got 1 to me and something to somebody else. I said, okay. Yeah.
So they plan on beating the Chiefs in Kansas City on Monday night?
Yeah. They said that's blood in the water.
Blood in the water? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm repeating what I heard in the space, man. I just said in the space.
I mean, here's the schedule. I'll read off real quick.
Give me the schedule.
So it's home at the Giants, at Green Bay, home to the Raiders, at the Falcons, at the Chargers, home to the Bears, at at the Cowboys, at the Chiefs, Seattle, home to Seattle, home to Detroit, home to the Dolphins, home to the Broncos.
That's the one they said they losing. That one.
I mean, how the hell they get 4 home games in a row though? But
That's
that's
the one
crazy.
right there.
But
that's the one they said they losing. Broncos and us.
Yeah, then home to the Broncos. I mean, at the Vikings, at the Giants, home to the Eagles, home to the Cowboys, and at Philly. I'm sorry, but
you see that division game stretch they got at the end, JMIK? That's crazy.
I mean, but the league did them a favor though, because you don't see too many teams getting 4 home games in a row, and you have to sandwich a bye in between the Miami and the Broncos game. But to me, like they're losing one of the Philly games. They're gonna lose the Chiefs game. That's Monday Night Football in Kansas City. They're not winning that game. I think they're gonna split with the Cowboys, so that's one more loss. I think they're gonna lose to Green Bay week 2. I don't think they're gonna beat Green Bay in Green Bay, even though it's in September. It's not gonna be cold. So I mean that's 4 losses already. And if you want me to be honest, I think the Giants are gonna beat them one time, and I think it's gonna be the second time they play the Giants. So, and I think by that time, Jackson Dart should be playing. So that's 4 losses already. So, and then there's always a loss that you never expect. Like there's a team that you expect to beat and you don't beat. So, I'm not gonna say
the Broncos can get that win, bro.
Yeah, so I'll just throw in one loss that everybody think they're gonna win, but they don't, and that's 5. So, I mean, for me, I'd be looking at like 11 wins. I mean, I'd be cool with 11, but 15 is crazy.
Yeah, they told me 15.
I think they're gonna lose at least 2 in the division.
They said you gonna get the one at your house because we're gonna be sitting our starters and we're gonna lose to the Broncos. I said, oh shit.
But also, the Commanders got to understand it's like when you make an NFC Championship game. I mean, yeah, they're not the Eagles. They didn't win the Super Bowl, but teams in the NFC are still going to be gunning for you because they knew that you were one of the last 2 teams standing in the conference. So teams gonna give you their best shot.
I got them. Listen, I got them going 10-7.
And I'm gonna
say I think it's a possible 11 win season for them.
I'm saying my floor for them is 10-7.
I mean, but I'm gonna say it's about the Raiders. Like a lot of people, even my fan base, is marking the Raiders game as a win. I'm telling you right now, whoever plays the Raiders, like them games gonna be tough. I'm telling people that now. Because I mean, like they have Brock Bowers, they have Genty. Geno Smith is not a scrub. Like he's a good
serviceable.
He's a solid quarterback.
Yeah.
And I mean, like if their defense, if Crosby and like Christian Wilkins comes back healthy, like the Raiders are not going to be an easy out. I'm not saying the Raiders are going to win 10 games or nothing, but people making it seem like the Raiders are like the Browns or something like. And I mean, like the Raiders just are their team is built better than the Browns right now, or like the Titans. They're built better. And so I mean, also got Pete Carroll. Man, Pete Carroll rally his players to play for him.
Yeah, they be bought in. If you make it out of camp, you bought in.
He's the ultimate player coach, bro. Like
yes,
he can motivate.
And you going into whatever team that you cheer for, you going into the game with the Raiders, bro. Just be careful now. Because I mean, it's not like I just don't think people think that they beating them going to be easy. I think you can beat them, but it's not going to be easy.
Listen, look at Bina. Look at Bina. Just don't do them like that because you be beating on them folks, man.
Gina, and we're gonna revisit this now. And then if they beat you, and I don't want to hear nothing now.
Hey, but look,
the Raiders beat the Chiefs, bro. That's gonna be crazy.
I mean, the Raiders
just one. Yeah, just one game.
That's what I'm saying. Just getting that one win, that's gonna be, man.
I mean, they beat the crap out the Chiefs on freaking Christmas 2 years ago. I mean, granted, the Chiefs still won the Super Bowl that year, but it still happened though.
But all right, so let's get into some of these primetime games. I got the banners pulling up. Cool. All right, we're going. Which I want to start with. We'll start right here. What is this? Sunday?
Was that Sunday night?
Sunday night football. Obviously obviously. Huh?
And we're starting with the kickoff game, or you gonna start?
Nah, it's this Sunday night football. I don't know why my game up there. That has nothing to do with
because they're showcasing the kickoff game.
Yeah, I mean, your game is still considered like a night primetime game.
So yeah. Cowboys Eagles. It's gonna be an interesting game, man. Like no trolling. It's gonna be real interesting, right? Because I think we got some things coming into the building to help us out. They got some new pieces to help them out, but I don't know how healthy they're gonna be per se week one. Cause I know Overshawn is possibly not gonna play in that game. I don't think.
I
I
mean,
don't
didn't he
think.
like tear an ACL or something?
Yeah, he tore it
Okay,
in like week 16 or 17, something like that.
damn.
Yeah, at the end of the season.
Yeah, so he probably not gonna play in that game. And then I don't know how healthy Diggs is gonna be going into that game. He's still rehabbing. He's still not cleared yet or whatever. I seen him in doing some rehab the other day. He looked a little hobbled still. Um, and then I got obviously the rookie coming in, Jahad Campbell, who's injured. I don't know if he gonna be available week one, but hopefully he will be. This game gonna be interesting because just like Pop said, I don't think they improved their run defense, and if they didn't, Saquon gonna start week one like he did in Brazil with 30 plus carries.
Oh, I mean, he's definitely going to touch the ball 30 times in that first game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think that's a question. Whether it's running or catching out the backfield.
And I mean, I don't know, like with that running back two situation, like depending on who it is, if it is AJ Dillon, then shit, he probably if they can't stop the run, then they might be in, a long night.
Yeah, see, I be forgetting that y'all signed AJ Dillon, man.
Yeah.
For some reason, I be forgetting that. That
Mhm.
backfield about to be crazy, man. I mean, like you got a guy big as Saquon Paws, and then you got AJ Dillon. I mean, like, good luck. I mean, I'm tackling them boys.
Yeah,
Hey
because
man.
Dylan very physical.
Shit, man, that's crazy.
So like that week one matchup is gonna be crazy, but
Yeah,
I ain't gonna get into who win and lose at this point.
man. I think right now I got the Eagles winning right now, unless I see
Yeah, I
something.
got us right now, but
Yeah,
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, the Cowboys assume that they're gonna make some more moves or whatever. So we'll see how the roster
what the
end
hell
up.
moves they gonna make now? The
I
draft
don't know,
over free
gang.
agency is. I mean, niggas left in free
Um,
agency ain't really that great.
he
Yeah.
said Dylan bid for nothing trash.
I mean, he
Okay.
wasn't the greatest with the Packers though, man.
He had a limited role, but his role he played well,
But
Yeah.
I mean, when he was running back
healthy.
one, he was solid. I mean, he wasn't great, but he was able to get them through before Aaron Jones came back. So
But I do think the Sunday night schedule is a little. The only one I don't like is week 3.
What, the
Like
Giants and the
off
Chiefs?
that first slate, that Giants and Chiefs game.
I think the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs might get surprised. Like, I'm not saying the Chiefs going to lose, but I think the Giants this year on defense, as long as the DC gets his head, on right, like to score points on the Giants, man, it's going to be a little difficult because I mean they got a lot of talent on that defense, and I mean like, that, and you got to figure the Chiefs' offensive line is not really settled because they traded Joe Tooney. The tackle they drafted last year, I think they moving him to guard. They drafted Josh Simmons, who's coming off I think it's like an ACL
it's a
or
patella, I
patella.
believe.
So
Yeah.
it's like, and the Giants get them early enough where the Chiefs might not be rolling on all cylinders just yet. So it might not be as a bad a game as you think.
All right, so you got Ravens, Bills.
Whew.
That's gonna be a real good
That's a
game.
heavy hitter right there.
Yeah, to kick it off. Yeah, that's gonna be a really good game.
Then you got Falcons, Vikings.
That's
I
an
think that's
interesting
gonna be
matchup,
good.
though, to me.
Michael Penix versus JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, man. Say,
Yeah.
They planned that out pretty well. I was like, oh,
yeah.
okay, I like that. I
And you
like
just
that.
gotta think about like you got Jetta's. I don't know if Allison gonna play because he did have that DUI, so I don't know when his suspension coming and how long it's gonna be for. But they did pick up Ty Felton in the draft, and I
No,
like
no,
Ty Felton with the
yeah, yeah, same.
Vikings. That I think that's a really solid pick for them. So I think it's gonna be a real good game. Like week 2, I think it's gonna be a real good game.
Because I
All
think
right,
what
then you
Ty is going to allow them to do is like it's going to allow them because Ty can play on the outside, so I mean, it's going to
Hmm.
allow them to. I mean, like between Addison and Jetta's, like one of them going to be in the slot and one of them going to be on the other boundary. So it's going to be interesting.
I mean, that'll be a nice hat trick. Ready if that's what y'all pull off, I guess.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean
and then you
that
also gotta
Ravens,
think about it on the defensive side of the ball for the Falcons. You do get Walker. You didn't trade back into the first round and get James Pierce Jr. You also got Xavier Watts and Bowman from Oklahoma in your secondary. My question is Jeff Ulbrich, who is now their defensive coordinator. We'll see how that works out for him. But I'm just saying, if some of the second, third year players the Falcons have on the defensive line and a few of these rookies do like show up, it's gonna be a real competitive game, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, and I mean, just touching on the Bills Ravens game real quick. That's going to be a heavy hit, bout right there. Like, I don't even know
Hmm.
who going to win that game because in the regular season, I mean, like the Ravens blew them out, but like in the postseason, like that game came down to like the fourth quarter on that 2-point play where I mean Andrews didn't catch it.
Right.
Um, and I don't really know who got the advantage in that game because that's the first week of the season. A lot of teams don't. A lot of first team offense and defense don't play in the preseason. So I'm not sure what you're gonna get out that game. I'm not even sure who's gonna win that game.
Yeah, you got to think that the Ravens also added some new pieces on the offensive line. It also added Malachi
Start.
Starks to their secondary. I do like that for them because Starks and Hamilton, that could be a real nasty safety tandem right there. But you still don't know what that's gonna end up producing for
Right.
real.
Yeah, so I
Then
mean, like
we
that's why I'm kind of wishy-washy. Like, I just don't know who's gonna win that game.
Yeah.
obviously we got Chiefs Giants. We
Yeah,
talked about it a little bit, and then you got Cowboys Green Bay.
interesting matchup.
That's interesting as well, because to me, the Packers didn't do anything to improve some of the issues they had on the defensive side of the ball. I also don't know if they addressed their interior offensive line. Um, you did get Golden, but that don't fix your problem with not having a wide receiver one. Like,
Well, from what I've heard through all the people that talk about Green Bay, they drafted him to be the one.
They did, but I don't think
yeah,
Golden's the number one though.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Golden to me is not a one. He like a solid two,
I
but
mean,
we'll see who end up breaking out as the one for that offense. But to me, Golden doesn't fix that issue of having a bunch of twos and threes.
But I mean, that's the problem with the Packers is like they got a bunch of twos and threes. Like, I think Jaden Reed's a good receiver, but I don't think he's a one. I mean, Christian Watson is on the last year of his deal. He tore his ACL, so I'm not even sure how much he's gonna play this year. And then you got Romeo Dobbs. I think Romeo Dobbs is a two. And then you got Wicks. I think he's a three. And then there's another guy I can never remember I'm like the other guy's name. And they got one
They
more guy.
got Reed. They got Reed. That was kind of like
Yeah, Reed.
their MVS or
Yeah.
that McColl type wide
Who the
receivers.
hell is the other guy? Because it's Reed, it's Dobbs, it's Watson, and there's one more guy. Oh, Wicks. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, yeah, it's not Tari Wicks.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but they got a bunch of twos and threes. Like, they got to hope that Golden can be a one. Because if he can't be a one, then they're stuck in the same position of not having a one.
Yeah, we'll see. I still think week 4 might be a little early because I don't think teams are like real settled in 4 weeks into the season. I think when you get to like week 6 and 7, that's when you really see what them teams are. But I do say this about Green Bay. Aside of wide receivers, I do like the two tight ends they got over there. I think it's Kraft and I can't remember the other guy's name off top, but
It's Musgrave.
yeah, Musgrave. Yeah, I like both of those tight ends. And then Marshawn Lloyd, the running back they got out of USC last year, he did. I think he had an ACL tear or something. He had a major injury going into the preseason. So if Lloyd can kind of bounce back from that and have him behind Josh Jacobs, that's a nice offensive play pieces that they do have Jordan Love surrounded with. So we'll see. I do think it's gonna be a really great game though.
And I think when it comes down to the Packers, I think they're gonna put up points. I'm not worried about that. I think they got a good secondary. I mean, like I mean, they got one of the better corners in the league, top 10 corner in Jair. Safety, they might have a top 5 safety in the league. It's the pass rush. Like, can they get pressure on the passer?
Hmm.
And if they can, then I mean they're gonna go far. But if they can't get pressure on the passer, it's gonna be the same story as it was last year. And I think that's what it comes down to.
All right, then we got the Patriots and Bills.
Sunday night football. That's gonna be Diggs' return to Buffalo, man. Should be a very interesting game. I mean, I think I got Buffalo winning it, but I think the game's gonna be a good game, and I think it's gonna be close.
Yeah, and I also do like just looking on the Patriots side of the ball. I do like Demario Douglas getting another year to work with May because I think he kind of broke out as his favorite target. They did get Diggs, so we see how that works out. My question is, who these wide receivers that's gonna solidify themselves as a 3 or 4? Because the Patriots did get Baker and Polk last year, and then I believe you still have Booty on the roster as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's like, how does that wide receiver room kind of shake out at this point in week 5? Um, I think it's gonna be competitive, especially with it being a division game. I think it's gonna be real competitive. I do have the Bills winning it though.
yeah. I mean, I just think it's just a lot to ask for the Patriots to go in Buffalo on a Sunday night game and beat Buffalo. I'm not saying they're not capable of it. But I just think like in the Patriots, like I just think you got to give them another year. Like I mean I think this year they're gonna win a good amount of games, but I think the year that they're really gonna contend is gonna be next year. So, but I mean I think the Bills gonna win, but I think it's gonna be close.
Hey, and I forgot to make like Patriots got Trevion Anderson, bro. I think
Yeah,
he gonna be that running back that they've been looking for. I think you could put him as the one and have Stevenson kind of be RB2. I think that's gonna be real nice for the Patriots offense this year.
yeah. I mean we're gonna have to see how that works. But yeah, and I mean, like for me, when I look at the Bills side, like the Bills need so the funny thing is the Bills and the Patriots got the same issue at wide receiver. Like the Patriots and the Bills got a bunch of wide receivers, and they're just trying to slot them. And I think for the Bills to go where they want to go and where they want to go is the Super Bowl, um, they're gonna have to get something. I mean, like Joshua Palmer, like I like that move, so I'm not really stressing Joshua Palmer. I think he's gonna be good for them. Khalil Shakur, he was good last year. He's good in the slot. He's going to be good again. I'm not worried about him. It's just it's the Keon Coleman where they drafted him last year. He was hurt a little bit. I mean, his numbers weren't bad for the games that he played in. I think he caught like 500 yards. But they're gonna need a step from him. Like he need to make that step. Like they drafted him in the first round. If it wasn't the first round, it was a 33rd pick. I mean, it was something like that. So he was they used a high draft pick on the kid. So they need to get something out of him, and they also got Curtis Samuel. So I mean, like Samuels is a good wide receiver as well. I mean, I mean, he'll come in for spot duty or whatever. And then out of the tight end position, like they drafted Dalton Kincaid with I think it was first overall 3 years ago. Like to this point, he has not been worth that pick, and like they need to get something out of him too. So
All right, week 6 we got Detroit versus Kansas City. I
that's
guess
quite
they
a
want their rematch.
yeah, that's quite a matchup right there.
Man,
Yeah,
Detroit
that's
gonna
gonna be
get
a
boat
heavy.
race.
Ooh,
You think so?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Spags gonna have their way with them boys, man.
But I mean, Spags don't be calling up the call plays like he do in the playoffs, though, man. The regular season, he be kind of be chilling. He be chilling though.
Mm.
My question for about Detroit is, with all of the position coaches and coordinators that left, have y'all brought in guys to kind of keep what y'all have been building going?
facts.
That's like my biggest question for Detroit this season is how all of this is gonna shake out, because you lost a lot of coaches at a lot of different positions and you did replace them with some, I do think, quality guys. But how is this gonna work for you?
Got questions.
Yeah, I mean, the Lions got a lot of questions, man. Like losing both your coordinators, like that's not an easy thing. Like I've seen it before. Like I've seen it with my team, and like we were able to, still make the playoffs and do all of that. It's a challenge though, man. Like I mean, like you had two coordinators that were there for a couple of years at least, and I mean they left in the same year. That's tough. And it's like I said, like the Chiefs, like Spags don't show you a lot in the regular season, man. Like if you talk to Bills fans, like they would tell you the same thing. Like he just trying to get through the regular season, and then like he be throwing them curveballs in the postseason. So I mean, the Lions could put up enough points. I mean, they could beat the Chiefs. I just don't know if they can, man. Going into Kansas City and beating Kansas City there is just like that shit is tough, man.
Yeah, and I do like the defensive moves Kansas City did. Like Norman Lott. They got I believe was it a safety as well, around 5 or 6 that I liked. Noel. Yeah, I like what the Chiefs did. I think it's gonna be a good. I'm gonna say this: if they don't have too much of a drop off with the staff that they lost, it's gonna be a real competitive game going into Kansas City. I like it. I am gonna give the edge to Kansas City because it is home and they defend their home pretty well. So I'm gonna give Kansas City out dub right now.
All right, we got Atlanta versus San Francisco, week 7.
Man, I'm not, that's like a legacy matchup right there, man. And they used to be in the same division before like realignment.
49 is about to dog walk these people.
They should, but man, the Falcons be playing the Niners tough, man. They really do.
Yeah, those games do be sometimes tough for real.
Yeah. I mean, but I think the Niners should win the game. But I mean, to me, it's on Penix, man. If Penix could do anything against that defense, and the Falcons can get pressure on Purdy, then they might have a chance. I'm not picking the Falcons. I'm picking the Niners, but yeah, I mean, it should be interesting.
Week 8, we got Green Bay versus Pittsburgh.
I'm going Green Bay, bro. I don't know offensively what this Pittsburgh gonna be. I don't know who I'm gonna be honest. If you run into the season hoping Mason Rudolph is gonna be the answer, good luck.
But I think
that
the league knows something that we don't know because, like, a lot of these Steelers games, like they got matchups where like Aaron Rodgers isn't involved with it. Like Aaron Rodgers obviously played for Green Bay, and then the first week of the season, the Steelers got to play the Jets in freaking New York. I mean, I just be feeling like the league knows he about to go there, and it's just like he probably just don't want to go to training camp or something.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, like
I hear you, but
I mean, I still think Green Bay should beat them though.
yeah, like to me, Aaron Rodgers not no needle mover to me. Like,
I mean, he moves the needle more than Mason Rudolph does, though.
that's a fact.
I mean,
200%.
Yeah, that's a fact.
All right, so we got Seattle versus Washington. It ain't really nothing behind that story, huh?
No, not really. My question is, Seattle traded Geno, and then you picked up Sam Darnold, and then you traded away Decaf, and then you bring in Cooper Cup. Now you have JSN. Who's the other wide receiver that's going to be a part of that core right there? Did you do enough to address your offensive line? Because y'all been trying, but y'all ain't been hitting on your picks, and you do pick up Zabel in the draft, so I do think that's a quality pick, but I don't know, man.
I mean, like Seattle got JSN, and they also signed Cooper Cup. So I mean, Cooper Cup thing not that bad. And then in the draft they got Torrey Horton and Ricky White. So I mean, they drafted 2 guys.
Oh, they got the Colorado State wide. I like that.
Yeah, and I think Ricky White went to UNLV. I mean, like a lot of people were talking about him as a late round pick. I don't think he got. I think he was a UDFA. I think Ricky White. If not a UDFA, he was a 7th round pick. And so yeah, they have JSN, Cooper Cup, and then they have MVS. So I mean, MVS ain't nothing crazy, but he's still a deep threat. I mean, like you still got to respect his speed, though.
I hear you. I just don't respect his hands.
That's true. Yeah, I could definitely I definitely understand that.
Yeah, but also like what Seattle did defensively. They did get, was it Nick, the South Carolina safety?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
went to Seattle.
Yeah, I do kind of like that. I want to see how that secondary is because
and I think the secondary has potential because they got Reek Woolen, who didn't have a good year last year. Hopefully he can adjust to the new defensive scheme. They still have Devon Witherspoon playing in the nickel. They got Julian Love at the free safety. They drafted Nick E out of South Carolina. Right now, he's the 2nd string strong safety, but I think he's going to overtake. Kobe Bryant. I just think he's a better player. So at some point,
I agree.
He'll overtake him. It's just, can Seattle stop the run and can they get pressure on the quarterback? Because I think the secondary is good enough.
I agree. It's the front 7. I know they've tried it. They did add that, was it the D tackle out of Texas last year?
Um,
Um, Byron Murphy.
yeah, Byron Murphy the second, yeah.
Yeah, Byron Murphy the second. I know they added him. And they did draft a linebacker. My question is that linebacker record, but I don't know if they've been able to get that right in a
Yeah,
minute.
let's.
They've tried, but
I
we'll
mean,
see.
I'm looking at the depth chart. I don't really love. I mean, like Ernest Jones is a cool linebacker. He's okay, but everything else is just like I don't. That linebacker core don't really look that great. I mean, I
Yeah,
do like that they signed Demarcus Lawrence for for the pass rush. They got Leonard Williams re-signed, and they have a Jonathan Hankins. So I mean, like the front four is
that's
actually not
solid.
that bad. Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
that bad, but
yeah, that's a pretty solid group. For me, it's really the linebackers. Because are you going to be able to hit those gaps and protect that line that you have? We'll see.
I
I
mean, I
do
think another
think.
question. I mean, so for me, another question is what is Sam Darnold going to give you?
Mm,
Because it's like Sam Darnold played really well on the Vikings, but is he going to give you that same kind of production versus not having that coach that he had with the Vikings? Like, so that's a real question. Like,
and the offensive coordinator for the Seattle is Clint Kubiak.
yeah, so I
So
like
we'll see.
Sam is a question, man. I'm not sure what Sam's going to give you if you're going to get the same type of year that you got last year.
Yeah, that's another thing. And then Washington, I do like the pieces that they picked up in the draft, and I also like the trades that they made during free agency. So we see how that works out. I still have questions about their running back group because Brian Robinson cool, but he's not it. But they do still have Eckler, and I think if you get a healthy Eckler going into this game, it's
I
gonna
mean,
be
I think
a
the
real
Commanders should
competitive
win.
game.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Commanders should win the game though. They should.
Yeah, especially with being a home game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts. I think they should too. We got Pittsburgh versus the Chargers.
Damn.
Mm,
Aaron Rodgers versus Justin Herbert, huh?
Yeah. I mean, the young quarterback versus the old quarterback, man.
I got the Chargers. Listen, um, you got Omarion Hampton. Um, you also got what's the wide receiver they got?
They drafted her that they had from last year.
No, not Lavin, because they got another wide receiver in this draft. I can't remember his name though, and I think he's gonna be a
Let me.
solid pairing on the opposite side of Lad.
They drafted Trey Harris out of Ole Miss.
Yeah, I like Trey Harris over there
So I
with the
mean, they got Ladd,
Chargers.
They got Mike Williams and Trey Harris starting on the depth chart at this point. I mean, they also signed Najee Harris and they have Omar and Hampton, who they drafted. So
And then
I think that
didn't they draft a tight end? Was it Fanny out of
uh,
Syracuse?
nah, they drafted Rondé Gatson the second.
Rondé Gas. Okay, the
Yeah,
second.
I mean, but they also signed Tyler Conklin too. So I mean, they got Will Disley, Tyler Conklin, and Rondé Gaston. So they got three. They got two guys that played in the league that are solid tight ends, and then they drafted. I mean, Rondé to me is not your typical tight end. Like he's not your inline. Like I mean, to me, he's like a jumbo slot. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if he at some point in his career he just was a wide receiver because
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't really block that well, or he'll just be like a jumbo slot.
Yeah, but I do like Conklin going to the Chargers. I think
And
that's a
I love
big
the
boost
offensive
to the
line
offense.
though. Like Slater at the left tackle, Joe Alt at the right tackle, Lisan Makai Beckman at the right guard. They got Bozeman at the left guard. I think the only question for me is their left guard and their center, but everything else on that line is solid though.
Mm-hmm. And I like the Chargers going into that game
Yeah.
and winning it. Like I'm right now, there. I don't know what this Steeler offense is gonna be for real. I just have a hard time picking them. I'm not gonna lie.
And I think if you go against the Chargers, you have to be able to stop the run. If you can't stop that run, they're just going to run you over. So
Yeah.
next matchup, we got a big matchup next week.
Mm-hmm.
Got the Lions at the Eagles.
Smitty, you talking on mute?
Yeah, you are definitely on mute.
I said, oh, we got Eagles versus Lions. I'm glad they put this game late because it was all that week one bullshit. I ain't want to play no week one. Nah, bro, I want to hear all that. We wasn't ready. We had a new staff. We was trying to figure out the offense. I didn't want to hear that.
I mean, but just don't let
Week
dudes get
11,
hurt.
what you are.
Yeah, but I mean, just don't let teams have injuries. If teams have injuries, then they're going to use that then anyways. So I mean,
Yeah, that too.
So I mean, it don't really matter when you play them. I mean, like, I mean, some people have the excuses ready.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a good game though.
Yeah,
ball out. I don't know though, man. I don't know. They had a good off season though. They definitely had a good off season. They addressed some issues. I think their biggest issue last year though was just health. I mean, outside of health, they didn't really, you know what I mean? They was playing every game. I mean, they still went what 15-2, something like that. 14-3, 15-2.
yeah. I think they only
They
lost
went 15-2.
Yeah, I think
With
that
all the
they lost
injuries,
to the
so
Bills and the somebody. I forgot who. I think it was the Bills in Tampa Bay.
it's like
Yeah.
they had a really good season. So with all the injuries, so healthy. I mean, hopefully week 11 they fully healthy. That'll be a good game. Even though Amara St. Brown been running his mouth the whole summer about playing us.
That's what he be doing though.
Man.
I mean, and I mean, he got his own podcast and all that, so he's talking. So
he done said it like 5 times. Like, okay, brother.
Yeah, I mean, he must be excited to play y'all, man. I mean, maybe he might not have been excited if they could actually beat the Commanders. Then I mean, like they'd have played the NFC Championship game, but they ain't make it there.
Now I got to hear your
Well,
daddy
that's
issues
because at that point you was on third,
life
fourth.
support.
Yeah, you was some practice squad players. You was calling people up like
phone a friend.
Yeah, but I think they also messed up in that game against the Commanders because they were running the ball and they got away from running it.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the coach's fault. So.
Well, also it doesn't help that Jared Goff is giving extra possessions to the Commanders' offense.
True.
Yep.
I mean, but that's even more reason to run the ball because I think when they were running, like they're getting like 5 yards a clip, and they just
and just to talk about that, JMIK, it baffled me how y'all start David Montgomery and use him that amount of times when Gibbs has been giving y'all the better burn. He's the healthier running back going into that game. That's always been my question, bro. Like, because David Montgomery, yeah, he came back to me. He still wasn't there. It was maybe 70%, 80%.
I mean, but that's what I be telling Bears fans about. They're all gun ho about Ben Johnson. I'm like, you don't know what kind of head coach he's gonna be. You think you know. You're hoping that he's gonna be this like revolutionary, like guy.
Save our franchise from eternity.
You just, I mean, but you don't know. I was saying the same thing to the Jets with Aaron Glenn. The same situation. Like he's never been a head coach before, so you just don't know how he's gonna, be as a head coach. I mean, obviously, if you're a fan, you hope he's gonna be a good head coach, but you just don't.
Two sides to every coin. You gotta look at him. God damn. I hate that fact that like it ain't even looked at like if he failed. It's just like, oh yeah, he's coming in. You see what he did with it? Like, yeah, he had a quarter of the responsibility.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot different when you're just a coordinator versus you're the head coach. I mean, you're responsible for the whole team, so it's different.
Right. When you're a coordinator, you're responsible for the third of the team.
Yeah.
A third.
But
head coach is responsible for 100%. Everything is on him.
Well, yeah.
You got to understand how that pressure can affect somebody, man.
And you also just not dealing with the players on the team, them. I mean, you got to deal with the media too and all that. So yeah, I mean, it's different. It's not the same.
I think both of them poised for good seasons though.
New York media is different. I'm gonna just say that that's a different beast, bro.
Oh yeah, it's real different.
I think Ben Johnson, if anything, went to the good back seat. Like, hey, look, there's no expectations over here. New York, I don't care what your team went last year. Failure is not accepted in New York.
Yeah, but I think the Chicago fans expect a lot out of that team though. So I don't know.
Yeah, but
I think they expect them to be competitive, potentially being the second place team in the division at the highest, third place at the lowest. I think they just expect a better showing overall.
But I think some of the fans expect to go to the playoffs too, though.
All right, let's pump the brakes on that.
I'm just telling you what they expect. I ain't say it was reasonable. I said that's what they.
I got them on the brink. Like I got them like maybe somewhere in there
Well,
fighting for a
we
playoff
kind of
spot. Maybe.
I was in a space and we kind of looked at the Bears games last year. They had 10 games where they lost by one possession, and the swing of the points was like less than three. So if you just upgrade, which I think they did, because you get um Loveland, you get
Yeah.
Luther Burton,
Mm-hmm.
you bring in Dennis Allen, who I think is a great defensive coordinator, not a head coach. He's trash at that, but DC, I think he's really good. And you have a defense that's been playing together for what 2 3 years now, going into the season. Chicago should make some noise. Being playoffs, we'll see. I ain't gonna say they're a playoff team right now. We'll see. But
I
moving
got them
from
somewhere like
four to
what 7 to
two,
10. What you got them 7 to 10 wins type?
I got them about 9 wins, maybe 10 if a game break the right
Yeah.
way.
I mean, I was
11,
gonna,
everything kind of swung well for you.
yeah, I mean, I was gonna say because they won 6 games last year. It was either 5 or 6 games that they
They
won.
won five.
So if they won
Um,
5, they should with the coach and the personnel, like they showed up the offensive line as far as we know right now. I mean, you won't know till they play in the game, but
Right.
I don't think it's far fetched for them to get 8 9 wins. I don't think that's crazy to say.
yeah, I don't think so either. I think they can definitely get that extra 4 or 5 games. Playoffs, we'll see how the NFC side shakes out in regards to that. But yeah, I do like the what the Bears' potential is this season.
All right. So we got Buccaneers Rams week 12.
So another really good game.
Yeah, they got a good
Man,
Sunday night lineup, but that Sunday night lineup a little elite.
Yeah, I mean, it looked pretty good.
Mm-hmm. And we got
um,
what? That's week 12. That's yeah, that should be a good one if healthy. If healthy, that should be a good one.
yeah, that's assuming like Chris Godwin is back into shape at that point. You do have McMillan, and they did draft Mbuka, who I think is going. He could potentially crack wide receiver three because currently right now it's Jalen McMillan. Um,
I like what he did towards the end of that season, though.
me too.
I think they need to
Um,
phase that old dude out that's coming back from injury, man. That's just my opinion.
And we talking about Godwin.
Yeah.
Godwin.
I mean, they
Well,
just
I'm gonna
signed him
be.
to a new deal though.
No,
Yeah,
I know.
it's
No,
a
no, no.
3 year
My opinion
deal,
was they should
but
have did that. That's what they should have did.
I
It was
don't. Okay, here's the thing with Tampa Bay, they keep their guys, right? Especially if you produce, because if you look at Godwin's year before he got the injury, his production last year was insane. Like, and then you do sign him because here's the thing: Godwin could have left in free agency. He decided to stay with the Buccaneers and take less money per year. And that's also goes into my point about the Bucks drafting Mbuka is yes, it's something to help them now, but also you got to think about it. Mike Evans, I don't know how many years he has left, but you're looking at Mike Evans and Godwin potentially gone in the next 2 to 3 years, retired, and now you have Mbuka and McMillan and whoever else you decide to build up in that wide receiver room. So you
yeah,
got the guys for your future and your now currently on the roster.
true.
And then also Baker Mayfield, if he continues to perform the way you do, you got your franchise quarterback for another, what, 5 to 6 years? Because I think Baker is like 30, 31, something going into the season. So you still got a quality quarterback. So you don't necessarily have to address that anytime soon. And then Bucky Irvin was a hit for you. So you got your running back. You just need to probably get a guy behind him to give him some rest, keep his legs fresh. Offensive line, I think this year is going to be a lot better because it was a great unit last year, but now you got Barton going into his second year on that offensive line with those pieces that the Bucks were able to keep on the offensive side of the ball. So I do think this is gonna be a real competitive matchup with the Rams.
I do too. I think it's gonna be a good game, but I don't know, man. Like I like what McMillan did down that stretch, like last year. Then like what I think Emeka could do coming into that offense. It might end up being like you said, like they might be building the future room. I
Yeah.
just
Also, the Bucks did get a couple of cornerbacks. I think they got Morrison and there's another quarterback that they got. in the third or fourth round. So they addressed their secondary. My question is, I don't know why they didn't address linebacker, especially as where some of the picks they had. I think there was still like a value pick at linebacker for him, but we'll see how that works out for him.
I thought for sure they was taking Jahad.
Yeah, I thought they should have, but they went wide receiver, which shocked a lot of people. But it shocked people because they just re-signed Chris Godwin to a 3-year deal. I think Mike Evans got another year. Jalen McMillan is young, and then they got two other guys behind McMillan.
Well,
So
they got Trey Palmer and Sterling, but
yeah,
Sterling I think is really a camp body because
I mean he
if
played
you
for
look
them
at
last year though.
yeah, but he also cost them. He was coughing up the ball, running poor routes. Like he he wasn't. I don't know if he makes the roster. That's all I'm saying. Out of this training camp, I think you're just a body to see. If you happen to work out, cool. But I do
But I think
think
they're
that.
definitely keeping six, and then they got Tez Johnson too.
Hmm.
I mean, out of Oregon, so maybe Sterling don't make it, but Tez makes it. But I mean, they're gonna have to carry 6 wide receivers, like because I mean Evans, Godwin, and Yabuka are gonna make it, or Abuka, they're gonna make it, and that's 3 already. Jalen McMillan is definitely making it. That's 4.
Hmm.
I don't think they're cutting Trey Palmer, so he's making it. That's 5. And then I think
Sterling
the
to
last,
me is the odd man out.
yeah, I mean, it seems it's like it's between Sterling Shepard and Tez Johnson because I don't think they drafted Tez. I think they signed him as an undrafted free agent.
No, they drafted him in the seventh
Oh,
round.
7th. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I mean, it's pretty much a camp battle between Sterling and him, pretty much.
Hmm.
Which I would, in my opinion, I think they'd keep Tez because he's the younger guy. He's got more his ceiling is higher.
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll see.
The game everybody loves to love. Bengals, Ravens, Thanksgiving.
Boy, that's gonna be a good Thanksgiving night game.
Hmm.
You know the Bengals think they win in every game, so 17 enough for them guys.
My thing with the Bengals last year is they could have won one of them Ravens games because both them games went to overtime, if I recall correctly, and they just couldn't close it out. I don't think they've done any like my thing. Okay, is Trey gonna be playing for y'all at this point? Have y'all like is Shamar Stewart gonna be that difference maker on your D line?
I mean,
Have you
that's a good.
addressed your linebackers?
The
Have
rumor me
you
and Roland was
gotten
talking about
those?
yesterday is Trey might end up being on the Bears by week 1.
We'll see. But I'm just saying, if you lose Trey, Shamar Stewart ain't the answer, in my opinion. And I
No, yeah.
also, you went very defensive heavy in this draft. And if we look at Cincinnati's draft picks, they don't be hitting a lot of the time. They hit maybe 2 or 3 picks. If they have 7 draft picks, they maybe hit 2 to 3 of them. They don't draft really well. And it's a bunch of young guys in that backfield. And you also have a defensive coordinator that's been elevated from the college ranks. He was a part of your team before he left to Notre Dame, but don't know what type of defensive coordinator he's going to be in the NFL. I think that's a big question for them.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean I don't know, man. Like, I think that's the Ravens division, man. I don't think the Browns are gonna be that great. I think they're gonna be better than they were last year, but depending on what they get out the quarterback play, whoever it is, if it's Flacco, if it's Sanders, or if it's Dylan Gabriel, just depends. Um, and then you look at the Steelers, they're kind of in flux. I don't know who the quarterback is. And then you got the Bengals, who everybody loves every year, but it's like their defense. I don't know how much better their defense is even going to be.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I'm saying. Like
so
offensively, we know what the Bengals can do on the offensive side of the ball. It's a defensive side of the ball that leaves a lot to be desired from.
I mean, but I was saying this earlier, man. Like, I don't expect the offense to be as good as it was last year. So if the offense isn't as good and the defense doesn't improve enough to cover the offense, I think you're in a similar situation. Like, I think you're not in a good situation where the team might not make the playoffs again because they need that defense to be better. Just in case you got some games with the off, like there are games where the offense just might not click.
That's
So
a fact.
and
But I
then
do agree with you, JMIK. This is the Ravens division to lose, in my opinion.
yeah, I mean there shouldn't be I mean, like they shouldn't lose this division. I mean they really
Mm.
shouldn't. But where the things have happened, man. I mean, and you never know.
I thought it was all Lou and Arumo fault. The defense was bad.
Hey, okay. I say look at that GM, whoever got GM. Um, Look at that because is Lou responsible for them contracts? Is Lou responsible for not retaining players? Like, I didn't know Lou had that much control in your front office.
Yeah, I mean, like you just can't blame Lou for everything, man. I mean, and the common response from the Bengal fans is that, oh well, he don't like to play the young players. Well, maybe the young players wasn't as good as the old players. Oh, I won't say old players, but like the only players that were like older in age. I mean, maybe that's a real thing.
No, I'm not
Mhm.
saying that Lou ain't at fault, but I'm also like, you also got to look at the GM as well and the moves they made to improve the team. Like, I don't think it's just one person. I think it's a multitude of people that's at fault for the current state of the Bengals.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree with that.
All right. So the next game we got is Broncos Commanders. Week 13. That's gonna be a good one.
Hey man, I like what the Broncos did during this offseason in the draft, bruh. You got Jade Barron paired up with PS2. You add a couple more pieces to y'all defensive line. Ah, man, y'all cooking with that, bro. I do like that defense, the Broncos
I even
defense
like the
on
RJ Harvey
paper.
pickup.
Yeah, RJ Harvey and that offense, bro. Yeah, I
I
like.
think they putting together some shit.
Yeah,
Some
I
Yeah,
Sean
do like.
Payton S type shit, you know.
Mm-hmm. For sure, definitely see his definitely see his signature on that offensive side of the ball.
What?
Um, yeah, I think it's gonna be a real good game because just assuming that the Commanders are at the high of things, that offense is rolling, that defense is playing well. This gonna be a real competitive game, bro.
All right, we got the what is this wild card rematch? No, divisional rematch, ain't it? The Chiefs and Texans.
Yep, yep. They also matched up in the regular season too
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
last year. I think it was Christmas.
That's gonna be another good one.
yeah. And I mean, the Texans is I mean, looking for the get back, man, because the Texans haven't beat the Chiefs in a while. So I think it's been I think it's like been 3, 4 years since they beat them last. Or
Yeah,
maybe.
but I don't necessarily love all the moves that Texans have made on the offensive side of the ball. Like, have you addressed your O line? You did trade away a lot of pieces, and then you did trade for CJ Gardner, so he's there with the team now. You do draft both Iowa State wide receivers. I have a hard time believing rookies are going to make this massive impact on your offense.
I mean, I just think the Texans put a lot of chips. I don't want to say in the center of the table because I mean, like they traded away their whole line, so like they're rebuilding the line. Got to kind of see how that goes. So hopefully, I mean, like I'm not a Texas fan, but I mean, you want CJ to have a good line just to kind of see what his ceiling is. Because like as bad as the line was last year, you don't, I mean, you didn't get to see him play like he did his rookie year. So
Yeah, so we'll see. Because by week 14, the Texas offense will be what the Texas offense is.
Right.
Um, so if I'm thinking that it has made an improvement, right? You got Collins is healthy. Um, the two Iowa State wide receivers, whoever else you have on your roster, your tight end, Mixon, he's still playing well for y'all. It's gonna be competitive. Now it is a home game for the Chiefs as well.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, the only thing I'll say about the Texans is like they drafted the two young wide receivers out of Iowa State. Like Tank Dell is not going to play, in my opinion, this year. So it's like you pairing Nico with two young receivers, and then you got all the other younger receivers that you have on that team. So I mean, for CJ, it's going to be I mean, Nico going to be a constant, but the other receivers that's where the questions come is like, are you going to get the amount of production that you're going to need from those guys? Because Nico is going to get double teamed. Like it just that's what it's going to be. So you're going to need those guys to make plays. I'm not worried about the Texans defense. I think the defense is going to be really good. It's just for me, it's just are the Texans going to be able to run the ball? And I mean, how's the passing game going to be?
Yeah, that's my biggest question mark for the Texans. And then if you just look on the Chiefs side, um, by this point, Rasheed Rice should be back with the team in the groove. So you got Hollywood Brown, you got Rice, you got Xavier Worthy, you got that wide receiver that I'm mad that they drafted in the 5th round. You got him. Like you gonna have a plethora of offensive weapons. Like I'm not really worried about the Chiefs offensively and defensively. Like I said, I do like the pieces that they brought in. At this point, we should know what the Chiefs offensive line is. Like, is Simmons gonna be your left tackle? Is Kingsley working out at the guard position for y'all? Um, I'm gonna get a edge to the Chiefs just going into it. I have less question marks about what they're gonna be able to do as a team than I do with the Texans.
All right. Next one we got Vikings Cowboys. JJ McCarthy, big stage.
It's a very interesting matchup, though.
His second big stage so far in the primetime games. It is an interesting matchup, but
It's so far. It's deep in the season, so it's like
gauge.
it's hard to gauge how both these teams. Because like when you get to the end of the year, like it's hard to gauge these matchups, man, because you don't know how the teams are going to be playing at this point.
Yeah, you're right about that. It is a little late.
But I mean, I think if I had to pick right now, I'd probably go with the Vikings because I think the Vikings defense is going to be a lot better than the Cowboys.
Right.
I said in the beginning when we were talking about their game with their week 2 match against the Falcons, like JJ for me is the only question on that offense. Darisaw, that left tackle, he'll be back. I mean, because I think he tore his ACL last year, so he'll be back. At the right tackle, I got O'Neal, who you can make the argument that they got one of probably the best tackle tandem in the league. Their issue was on the interior, but I think they drafted some interior guys this year, so that they're trying to upgrade that. So yeah, I like the Vikings defense better. I think the Vikings offense can be comparable to the Cowboys, so I'd probably go with the Vikings.
I think that's that game. Yeah, like you said, like the biggest question mark in that game right now is JJ McCarthy. But at that point, he should be what he's going pretty much be for the season. You should kind of know going into that game where JJ McCarthy stands. And I like you said, I think their defense is gonna be better. I honestly think if JJ McCarthy is playing how they believe he should play, they should be offensively sound. They should be playing pretty good football going into week 15. That should be a really good game. If it come down to it, I'm probably going Vikings right now, just looking at it, till I see something different from the Cowboys. We got Bengals Dolphins week 16. Another good matchup. It's gonna be a good matchup. Oh, it's gonna be cold though, but it's in Miami, so it's okay.
It's in Miami, so I mean, I guess they dodged a bullet there.
Yeah, they dodged a little bullet. That's an interesting matchup though. I mean, depending on what they hitting on as a team, as far as the Dolphins, it's Tua
In the
healthy, it's
Bengals,
Tyreek
bro,
Hill,
like
yeah.
I don't. I can't pick it right now. I got too many question marks about both teams at this moment. I can't say which way it's gonna swing.
The two biggest teams fighting to be competitors with the biggest question marks.
Because you gotta think about it. At this point, it's you probably have a mathematical equation to get into the playoffs. So it's like if I win out my last 2-3 games, and a team over here loses, a team over here loses, I could probably slide into that 7th seed.
Right, I probably could squeeze in. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's tough to call, man, because normally by this time the Bengals are on a roll. At this time, the Bengals are on a roll, and the Dolphins are going the other way. That's what's fun about this matchup is both teams in that month is always going the opposite direction. Dolphins going bad, and the Bengals going good. So I mean, I think it's going to be a good matchup.
Week 17, man. Oh well, week 17 we got
a Peacock exclusive.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. They just say Peacock exclusive, so we're gonna figure that one out.
I think that's a Saturday game because I think this late in the season.
That's me then. That's me again.
And
that's a Saturday game. That Saturday game. I think I want to say I play the Commanders. I think I play the Commanders on Saturday. If I'm not mistaken, that's week 16. Yeah, Commanders.
Commanders Eagles. Is that home or away for what team?
That's at Commanders.
Okay, so that's a home game for the
that's Commanders.
Get 3 quote unquote Sunday night football home games. That's okay.
I mean, I think they got like they only got like 6 primetime games or something like
6, yeah.
Yeah, they got six. So three of them
that. And then I
on
think they
Sunday
got another.
nights at home. That's not bad.
And I mean, don't they have like another standalone game too? But it's not considered.
I I think
They got that
it's
that 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 overseas game.
Okay, yeah. So it's like they got 6 primetime games and then they got an additional standalone game.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which I
They
mean,
got
to
that.
me, like let me just say this: like if you're playing in Europe and it's the only game on, I consider that shit to be prime time. That's just me though. Like that's not how the league defines it, but to me, if you're the only team on at that time slot and that's the only game you could watch and it's broadcast nationally, I mean, to me, it's a prime time game. To me,
Hey, if you want to really talk about it, the Vikings got two of them things.
yeah,
Cause
back
you
to back.
1 week, yeah, 1 week you
Back
in
to back.
Dublin, the next week you in London, bro. And I
Yep,
think you playing. I think it's the Steelers and the Browns. Those are the two games before they get their bye in week 6.
yep, back to back, like Drake, man, back to back. I mean,
Last
but
last last
I
one
mean,
we
I think
know
that
is
worked
this
out good
one.
for the Jaguars last year though, because I thought they won both of those games.
The
They not,
Jags, nah, if I remember correctly, Jags
I
lost
could have
both
swore they won at
games.
least one of them games.
Got to see, because that was around. I think that was 0-5, and then it did become 1-5. So you might be right, JMIK.
I just gotta look at their schedule last year because I could have swore it worked and it worked in their benefit. Because I think what the Colts game, no, so it was the Chicago game. That's the game where Chicago blew their ass out because like that was Chicago's best game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And then the very next week we played them and they beat us 32-16. So yeah,
Yeah, because that was I think the first one of the season for them.
yeah. So I mean, like they only split them. So I mean, it wasn't terrible for them, and they went 1-2 in them games.
Yeah, we'll
I mean,
see
not
what
one and
happens
two,
with
but
the
I mean,
Vikings.
and 1-1.
But Bears, 49ers,
I was just finna say that.
um,
It's the last one we
I'm
know.
going with I'm going with the 49ers. I like them at home. I'm assuming this team is rolling. So yeah, I like the Niners.
I mean, it should be a good game.
Yeah, I do
And
think it's gonna be competitive,
yeah,
especially if that Bears offense is gonna perform how I feel they could at this point in the
Hmm.
season. Yeah, it's gonna be a nice game.
and I think if both teams are fairly healthy, because I mean, obviously you're not going to be 100% healthy. So, but I mean, if for the most part both teams are healthy, I think it's a really good game. But I got San Fran in that game though.
Hmm.
And then in the last week of the season, we can't really tell you what that is because we don't even know what that game going to be.
Thursday night football. We ain't gotta. I mean, gotta go a little. I ain't know we was at 2 hours, but it's all right. We got Washington Green Bay as the first one. That's gonna be a good one. Jeez.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, the first one's actually your game. That's the first Thursday night game, but
That's why I didn't
Yeah,
understand why I wasn't on this one instead on the
yeah,
Sunday night graphic.
because I think
but
they don't.
that's because it's being showcased on NBC and not Prime. That's the only reason.
And then I also think the other reason is because like it's not a short week game. Like that's your first game of the season versus all these games are Thursday to Thursday. So maybe that got something to do with it. It's probably the prime thing too, the prime and like the NBC thing.
Right. But then you got Washington Green Bay. And that's a good matchup.
Yeah. And then a division matchup the next week, man. 49ers and
Yes.
Rams.
San Fran and the Rams.
Boy, I mean, that's gonna be
Yeah, I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that one right there.
I bet you can.
Yeah, man.
I
That's
mean,
gonna
I
be
know
a
them
good
Rams fans
one.
talk a lot of shit to you last year, man. So I bet you can't wait for that.
That's gonna be a good one. Then we got Vikings Chargers.
It's an interesting matchup that you don't see all the time.
Yeah, interesting matchup.
I
I
think
see.
that's one of the few non divisional games. Because I think most of the games are divisional games, except like maybe 4 matchups.
Yeah, I think I think you're right, Pop. The majority of them are division games, but you got a couple matchups that aren't.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got the Jets Patriots.
Man, we're about to bastardize them fools, man. I can't wait for this
Hey,
game.
listen, okay, I'm gonna go with the historic. Yeah, probably Jamie, but listen, I
And we owed them
like
one from last year. Like, I
I
mean, like,
like Aaron Glenn in that defense. I like Isaiah Thomas out of Florida State. being paired on the opposite side of Sauce, working with Aaron Glenn, who I think does a great job in coaching his DBs up. I think it's gonna be a real good game.
I mean, I don't. I mean, and we owed him one because I mean, we had the same game last year on Thursday night. And I mean, that was like A-Rod's best game of the season. I mean, like we got killed in that game. I mean, so when we own for that, and we're gonna give them that. So
I don't know, man. You got Justin Fields with Mason Taylor.
no, I'm not worried about Justin Fields.
And they got Mambu.
Yeah, I
Listen,
mean, he's a good tackle, but I mean, I'm not worried about Justin Fields at all. So
All right, we got Cowboys, Lions. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one.
yeah, I mean,
technically you reading this out of order, Smitty.
Oh yeah, I
But
should be going down, but
down. Yeah,
uh-huh.
I
cause
mean, we could just rock with this way because I mean, like we done did like 40 games already. So
I can
Mm.
fix it. Though. We can start with
No, it's fine. No, that's fine.
no, it
Listen,
doesn't matter.
because I think the Lions gonna
Yeah, I don't think
if
that
the
game is
Lions yeah, I think the Lions might dog the Cowboys on that game. That's just how I feel.
uh, then we got Dolphins, Bills. So
Until the Dolphins can prove they can beat the Bills, I'm going with the Bills.
If that game was in Miami, I give them more of a chance. But that game in Buffalo, I mean, good luck to them, man.
What's next? What Seattle Cardinals?
It's another divisional rivalry.
I
I,
like the Cardinals going into that game.
yeah, I'm gonna go Cardinals in that game. I think the Cardinals are trying to build towards a playoff team, and I'm not really sure what the Seahawks is building to at this point.
So now we got Eagles, Giants. That's gonna be a good one. I want to see that D line hit. Like it's gonna be interesting.
For me, it's not even the defense inside the ball. What is that quarterback situation? How is that working out for the Giants at this moment?
They offense don't scare me though, Pop. Like to me, their biggest threat right now is them going back to old school and playing with that defensive line. Don't give you no time. And I see them building that shit. I want to see what it's hitting on by that period because I know I played them earlier in the season, if I'm not mistaken. I want to see
But
them
this is
yeah,
what
yeah,
this is what week 6?
yeah.
6 year.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be a real good game though. I will give the slight edge to the Eagles at this moment. At this moment, I'm gonna give a slight edge to the Eagles. I think that's gonna be real competitive.
Yeah, I just don't know. Like that's my main concern with the Giants is their quarterback position.
Mm-hmm.
Like what is that going to look like throughout the season? And by that time, is Russ still going to be playing like that? That's probably my biggest question.
Yeah, is Russ still in it? That is a good question. Week 6. If he lost his job at that point, I mean,
It's possible though.
Yeah, it's
I
possible.
mean, the thing is, he got hurt in training camp last year. Like, what's to say that shit won't? And if that shit happens, and they got to play Jackson Dart, and Jackson Dart starts the season, he plays good. They're not going to take him out. Like the Justin Fields thing was one thing, but they drafted Jackson Dart in the first round. Like, if any injury happens and Jackson steps in there, Jackson's any good, I think that's all she wrote for me, Russell though.
Right.
I agree.
All right, so then we got Pittsburgh versus Bengals.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't care what quarterback Pittsburgh has against the Bengals. They play them tough.
Yeah.
Did they beat them last year on the Thursday night game too?
I believe so. I don't know if that was a Thursday night. I think that was a Sunday game.
And
No,
I thought
that was the Bears Thursday night, wasn't it?
I mean,
Yeah, it was
didn't they split that I mean 1-1 inside the division with both of them teams last year?
I believe so because I believe the Steelers beat them, and I think the Bengals beat them to close out the last few games they had last year. So yeah, there was 1-1.
Oh, that's good. All right, then we got Ravens Dolphins.
Ravens and smacking the Dolphins. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a
Yeah.
for the Dolphins.
Mahi sampler.
Yeah, it's gonna be a special that night.
Yeah, bro.
Mahi sampler. They do. I like that game. That's gonna be a good one. A good beating belt. This is gonna be a really good one though. November 6th. We got Raiders, Broncos.
I'm not gonna lie. Broncos gonna have a solid win. Now, I don't think they're gonna blow them out, but I do think they could possibly win this game by a touchdown or more.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I just think it's a division matchup, man. It's just gonna
Mm,
it's gonna be a tough fought game in my opinion.
Sticky
hmm
situation. All right, so what we at next? We got November 20th. We got Bills, Texans.
I'm
Man,
going with the Bills, man. At this moment, I don't know what that offense for the Texans is really hitting like.
I mean, like that's pretty much a get back game because like the Texans, I mean, like dealt with them pretty easily last year. Um, so
I
I
think it
mean,
was out one of Allen's worst games last
yeah,
year.
oh yeah, it was. Yeah, I'd say it was definitely his worst game. So yeah, like it's get back for that. So but I think I think what Pop said is true. It's so much uncertainty on the opposite side of the ball. Defensively, I think the Texans will be good, but offensively, I'm just not sure what you're going to get. And I just think Bills come in that game motivated, and they're going to want to beat this team. So I got the Bills in this one.
All right, so we got Black Friday, Bears at Eagles.
I guess you could bring the belt back out
Mm,
because I don't see the Bears beating the Eagles in this game. I just don't see it.
It's
yeah, I
gonna
just
be
can't.
an interesting matchup depending on where they at as far as the team. It's late enough
Yeah,
that they could be good, but it's also late enough that they could be
I mean, they
spotty.
could be as good as they want to be, but I still think that the Eagles going to bring out the belt. That's all.
I actually wanted this game earlier than this.
Oh,
I
for real.
wanted less. I wanted less tape. I wanted less tape because I wanted it to be like,
Well, I
cause
mean, it's
like at
also
this
better for
point we
you.
got all the tape we need.
Yeah, but it's also better for you because you have more tape on them too, though.
No, no,
hmm
no. I wasn't talking about for me. I was saying for them. I was actually in their favor. Like if they got a chance to give us the best fight, I think it's early in the season when they got less tape. I think at this point you know who the Bears are. Shit, you done figure them out at that point. That's the
that's a fact.
you
Yeah.
kind of know who they is. Black Friday shit.
Well, I mean, it sucks for them, man.
Uh, it is a day problem, but you know. All right, we got Falcons Bucks December
I
11th.
Hey man, they had two of the most competitive division games last year. I'm not gonna lie. Um,
Who got swept? The
the
Bucks,
Bucks.
Falcons.
Yeah, Bucks. Yeah,
hmm
I mean,
Falcons
that's the
swept
only
the
team they.
Bucks last year.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
that's the only team in that division they couldn't beat.
Yep. Um, yeah, because I think the Bucks swept the Saints and the Panthers.
So it's get back time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, at least they're gonna try to. It was really their defense. It was their linebackers and their secondary. Like they just could not stop the Falcons.
Yeah, like Kirk Cousins had his best games against that Bucks defense.
Yeah, so I mean, they tried to shore it up in the draft and free agency. So got to see how that. Like I think they drafted another corner. I don't know if they drafted any linebackers though. I'm not 100% sure on that.
So then we got Rams Seahawks.
Yeah, I like the Rams.
Yeah, I like the Rams in this. I have a hard time believing in that Seattle offense at this moment.
Yeah, that's gonna be difficult until we see Sam Darnold and them boys put it together. That's gonna be a difficult one to call. What's the last one? Is
Broncos,
Broncos
Chiefs,
Chiefs
Christmas.
Christmas.
Boy, that's
Yeah.
boy, that's a tough one, man.
Hey, listen,
That's a
man.
tough one.
Listen, I don't. It's gonna be hard to call because I don't. Historically, when Pot is playing, the Chiefs do beat the Broncos. However, the Broncos and the Chargers do play the Chiefs very tough. And at this moment in time, if the Broncos is rolling like I think they are, it's gonna be one of them game to the
Slugfest.
wire. Yeah, like last year where the Chiefs won they blocked that field goal for the
Yeah.
Broncos to win the game. Like I think it's gonna be something like that where it's gonna come down to the last few seconds of the game to decide to win it, bro.
I mean, you got to admit the
Yeah, yeah,
Broncos.
I heard what you said, but until I see it, I'm just saying like the Broncos gonna play y'all tough, bro.
I mean, the Broncos should have swept them last year. You want to be honest about it. They should have won that first game. They could make the field goal, and then the second game, the Chiefs rested the starters. So, I mean, like the Broncos during the regular season played the Chiefs the toughest out of anybody.
Yeah, but the thing with the Chiefs blocking that field goal, the Broncos special team wasn't great either. I
I
think
mean, it definitely wasn't.
I think they're a better unit this year, but last year I kind of see why like a couple of games just didn't go their way
Right.
due to
Yeah, but I think
special
with them
teams.
adding Greenlaw, like they adding Greenlaw, they got the cornerback that shouldn't have went to them. Like that defense is gonna be filthy. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's filthy. Like
Jade Barron and PS2, two guys that you could just move around. They don't have to necessarily play one side of the field. Listen, whew.
yeah, that shit gonna be crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like that. I mean, it's gonna be challenging to throw against that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I think it's gonna be a real tough game.
And then I'm not saying you can't throw against them, but you got your work cut out for you though.
All right, our last slate of games. Monday night football. First game we have Vikings Bears.
I think I like the Bears in that matchup. I think the Bears come out to start the season wanting to prove something, and then I think the defense can have JJ and Hell in that game. So
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but I think, man, eh, I'm gonna lean. I'm gonna lean the Vikings because I think offensively they have the weapons to compete, but defensively you got Brian Flores and you just gave that man a couple more weapons. I like that Vikings defense going into this game, man. I do.
That's the best quarterback in the league you're talking about. Who?
who's the
Who?
best quarterback in the league?
I know you're not talking about Jordan Love.
Yeah, please explain the
I
best
mean, maybe
quarterback.
he's the best quarterback in Wisconsin, the state of Wisconsin, maybe. But
I mean, he only what he competing with Dylan Raiola. What the hell?
I mean, yeah,
JJ
that's kind of my hope.
McCarthy. Hold on, wait. McCarthy is the best quarterback in the league, and he didn't play a snap last year. What?
Nah, he's definitely not.
I know Pac Boy trolling if he said that because he a
Yeah,
Green Bay fan. I know he trolling.
yeah, he trolling like
Yeah, got to be because
he's definitely not
Yeah,
that.
look now he's laughing. Look, I know he's
Yeah, he's definitely trolling.
trolling.
He's definitely not that.
Definitely not that. All right, so we got Bucks, Texans. That's gonna be a good one. Oh, hold on, it's a double header though. It's Bucks, Texans, and it's Chargers, uh, Raiders.
I like the Bucks. Um, mm, yeah, I like the Bucks going into that
Mm.
Texans game, and I'm gonna take the Chargers over the Raiders.
I'm gonna agree with you on the Chargers one, but I think I might like the Texans going into that game, man. You know what I mean? They might. I don't know. CJ Stroud got to get some protection though. That offensive line been but so. Cause seeing what I seen in the playoffs pop, I don't know, but I might have to ride with you. That they was
Hey,
that O line
no,
was food. That O line
nobody's.
was bad.
Hold
My
on, hold on, hold on. That boy saying the Chiefs not gonna be able to throw on the Broncos.
I don't know
I didn't
about.
say that. I
I don't
said
know.
we said it's gonna be tough to throw on the defense. I ain't say it's not possible.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's not like I'm in the boundary. Like when you got Sertain on, you're probably gonna be on the left side, and then the other kid, the rookie, gonna be on the right side. The kid's still a rookie, so people gonna go after him and see what he's about. I mean, to me, when you're going against the Broncos, like you're gonna have to utilize your slot guy, and you're gonna need the slot guy to win a lot. I think that's what you're gonna need against that team. But I mean, the Chiefs have that. Like Chiefs,
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs got Kelsey gonna be playing in the slot. Kelsey gonna be able to win, or he should at least.
yeah. So next we got on the what is that? Lions Ravens.
I'm going with the Ravens.
Yeah.
Didn't the Ravens beat them last time they played?
No, I don't recall.
I don't think they played last year. I think they played 2 years ago, I thought.
It was 2 years. Okay.
Yeah. I don't remember the Lions playing the Ravens last year.
Me either.
It had to be. It might be 2 years ago. Might be 2 years ago. That's an interesting matchup.
Yeah, that's a very interesting matchup, though.
I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
Is
This
that
regular season Lamar is a deadly motherfucker, man.
Yeah, but is that game in Detroit or that game's in
No,
Baltimore?
it's in Baltimore.
It's in Baltimore.
Yeah, I'll give it to Baltimore then.
We got Battle of the Mid, Jets versus Dolphins.
It's a battle of the mid, but that game normally be good. It's normally a pretty good game, though.
It's very competitive between the Jets and the Dolphins.
Yeah,
I mean they're the same tier team, right?
Well, I think the Dolphins are better.
I'm not so sure about that.
I'm trolling, bro. I'm trolling, man.
I mean, if you ask
the Dolphins worse.
The
Dolphins are worse. That's the issue. Sorry.
Yeah.
My thing is, I don't believe in this track meet of an offense McDonald likes.
And what's that you used to tell me all the time, certified about McDaniels? He's not a leader of
not a leader of men, I believe he said.
Yeah, man. That's what it was.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's like there's always some riff going on in the locker room. You know, like he's not authoritarian. Nobody fears him. You know, like these motherfuckers just out there just doing whatever they want to do. They coach ain't gonna do shit. You know,
he
so
hitting the vape pen.
Couldn't be me. Yeah, that too.
On that same night, I didn't do it right, but Broncos Bengals too.
Broncos Bengals
at Broncos. That's gonna be a fire game.
Yeah, that's because I mean they played last year too, and I think the Bengals beat them in OT last year.
Give me the Broncos.
Yeah, I think the Broncos are gonna win that game, and that's also in September too. And and you know how the Bengals are in September, man. So,
jeez, Louise, that's gonna be a good game though. Like the Broncos really see that secondary looking like. But if the Bengals ain't got no defense, then it's just gonna be,
I mean, they ain't got no defense, and they're not able to stop that Broncos run attack, man. I mean, like, good luck, man.
All right, so we got Chiefs Jags.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs. I'm taking
Give me the belt. Give me the damn belt.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs.
Give me the damn belt. Hey, that's gonna be nasty. I hope the Jags do improve, though. I hope they do improve.
But I just don't think they're gonna improve to the level that they're gonna be able to beat the Chiefs, though.
Not enough to beat,
especially on Monday Night Football. Trying to beat them niggas on Monday Night Football is freaking hard, man.
Shit, beating them in prime time is crazy work.
Yeah, it is though.
Them niggas pull out all the stop. They on your head. All right, so we got what's the next one?
I think it's the Bills and
Buffaloes and Atlanta.
Man, and you can take out the belt for that one too, man.
Yeah. Hey,
more
hey, JMIK, listen, they get waxed by the Bills.
They're getting the belt that night, man. I mean, like they're not even just gonna get the belt. I guarantee you, there's gonna be a lot of Bills in that city that weekend, bro. And especially at the game, there's gonna be a lot of Bills fans at that game.
All right. We have same night, Bears, Commanders.
I think Bears get back.
This is a matchup. They definitely played last year, man. It's a very interesting matchup. I think I'm gonna take the Commanders though. Because they're playing at home on Monday Night Football, and I just think they get games again, man.
JMIK.
Yep.
They get back a motherfucker, man. I'm going with the Bears, man.
I mean, I know you're going with the Bears.
Give me the Bears in a close win.
Hey, you ain't gonna pick the Commanders in that game. I
don't know, man. I don't know. I can't wait till we do like the live. We pick the schedule and see how we rank people and shit. But
Yeah.
right now, I don't know, man. The Bears to me, they're gonna be hyped for that game. They're gonna have something to say about that motherfucker.
I mean, the Bears definitely have the talent. I'm not saying the Bears gonna get the belt. I'm not saying that. I
No,
mean, like,
hell
the
no. I know
Bears
you just said
talent
that.
wise is not an issue. Talent wise, they should be a good team. It's just can they put it together.
All right, so we got Buccaneers versus Lions.
See, I've been going with the Lions in most of these. Well, I took Baltimore over the Lions. This is a get back game for them too because they lost to the Bucks last year and it wasn't.
And it was how they got to face them 2 times at home because last year they lost at Lions to the Bucks.
But the Bucks handled them pretty easily too, though.
Yeah, they put belt to them.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Lions in the get back game.
Yeah, same. I'm going with the Lions. The next game, I'm going with Houston.
Yeah, I'm going with Houston. I just don't think Seattle has enough offensively to beat Houston.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking Houston. All right, hey man, the game that they say they blood in the water. You know what I mean? I wouldn't agree, but the Commander fans out here, strutting around.
I'm going with the Chiefs,
They
bro.
got Commanders versus Chiefs. They strutting it. They on the you know what I mean. They on that good drugs. They say they beating them. I'm taking the Chiefs.
I mean, let me say it like this. I'm not gonna say it's a lot for these Commander games, but they about to get the belt this game. I'm not even sure relatively going. Like I think the Chiefs could beat them by 10 points or more. If you want me to be honest, like, and I'm saying that preseason. Like I got to see how the Commanders and the Chiefs are playing. But like that could be a game where I see the Chiefs want to prove a point to people. Like, yes, we still are this good.
All right, so the next game we got on the schedule is the Cardinals and the Cowboys. I'm taking the Cardinals, man. Give me Kyler Murray in the game, man. Kyler Murray.
Man, I don't know. That's
late in the season too. Yeah, Kyler Murray don't gonna be.
That's just tough, man. I'm not sure who to pick.
I'm going with the Cardinals mostly because I like the defensive talent they got, bro. I love Walter Nolan on their line. We'll see what Will Johnson is for them. That was their second round pick, I believe. But just looking at their front seven, bro, I like that for the Cardinals.
We got Eagles, Packers. Won't be no Green Bay get back though. Pack boy. We gonna pack you up again. Yeah. You had your chance to get back in the playoffs and you missed it. Yeah, 3-0. Shooting for it. Let's go.
That's funny. Yeah, so this is a November game, so they're about to be a weather game in Green Bay. I don't know, man. I'm gonna reserve the right on this game and see how these teams are playing because I'm just not sure.
Pack boy won't be no get back. Pack boy gonna pack you up again. Send you in a cheese grater. You hear me? Yeah. All right, so we got Cowboys Raiders at Raiders. I think I'm gonna take the Cowboys, man. Cowboys should win that game if healthy.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys, as long as they're able to slow down Genty in that run game, I think they should be okay.
Oh well, never mind then. If you telling me they gotta slow down the run game to win a game, shit, they losing,
bro.
They're
like
losing.
like Pete Carroll gonna give the ball. They're gonna run the ball, bro. Like I mean, like the crazy thing about Genty being drafted 5th overall or is either 5th or 6th. He's already a top 10 paid running back in the league already, and he ain't played a snap yet.
Right.
You know how crazy that is? But yeah, like Genty gonna get the ball. Cowboys gonna have to stop the run. I think they should be able to stop the run enough to win that game.
Hey, Pack boy, you had 2 chances last year to send me home, good brother. You failed miserably. Sorry. You won't be packing anything up, good brother. And I won't be flying anywhere but on a jet with a good W. Thank you. But yeah, I'm going with the Cowboys. But if the Raiders, I mean, if the Raiders running that ball like they like, you know what I mean, that could be changed by then. This is. Hey, listen, everybody that's here, you know, what I mean, this 181 of y'all. Hey man, this is our early predictions, man. We just
Yeah.
kicking the bubble, just getting through
And
some
you ain't
games.
gonna hold me to these shits either, man.
Nah, because guess what? These
You're not
games are
gonna
gonna
hold me
come
to it.
back, and if you're new here, we're gonna repick these, and I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
exactly.
remember half of the picks that I'm picking
And we're
right
gonna be
now.
picking these every week anyway, so it don't really matter.
Yeah, I ain't gonna remember that of these picks.
And you ain't gonna hold me to these picks.
Like, remember you said such and such was gonna win? Yeah, in
And if you say you remember
May?
you said, I'll be like, I don't remember shit. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, yeah, you said it in May. In May? Yeah. No.
No.
Okay, so the next one we got Panthers, Niners. Uh oh, certified.
Niners about to spank them boys. I don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, how the Panthers defended run
Oh,
last year?
what?
I don't
Yeah, I
know.
mean, like the Panthers gave up
Oh,
like 3,000 yards rushing last year. Like,
Oh
I
no.
don't. I mean, I think you might be able to have to, I mean, for that game, and you might have to take the belt out for that game.
Man, they're gonna be gripping the sheets, bro.
Yeah.
so we got New York versus oh yeah, these teams about on the same page. New York versus New England.
Hell, we're not on the same page. We actually got a quarterback. But
Oh damn, they got a quarterback, right? They got Jackson
I'm
Dart.
crying.
like I said, they ain't got a quarterback yet. I'm gonna take my team in this one, and that's all I'm gonna say about it.
Man, they got Jackson Dart, man. Don't listen to the hype, man. Best quarterback in the NFC East, man. Don't listen to the hype.
I mean, he's not even gonna start the season as the best quarterback on his team.
Hey, listen. All that was well and good. He the best quarterback. You hear me?
Yeah, that's what you want to say.
Yeah, no, I'm going with the Patriots, man.
I mean, I'm just trying to get him some hope, JMIK. You hear me?
Man, I'm not any team that I play on my schedule next year. I'm not giving them no hope. Fuck that.
I'm trying to give him some hope, man. They tell they give them some belief. So when they back in the top 5 picking again, you know what I'm saying? I'm just
I don't think their team about to be that bad. I don't think they're gonna be back in the
me.
top 5 next year.
They should have fired that coach. That's what they should have did.
Yeah, but even they're not
Him
gonna
and
fire
Joshi,
him
they should have
anyway.
been fired together.
Because what I hear is he lobbied for Jackson Dart, so he's at least gonna be the coach for another 2 years, in my opinion.
All right, so we got Eagles versus Chargers Monday Night Football.
It's gonna be an interesting matchup though.
Interesting. Yeah, I need I need this win though.
Yeah, I think I got the Cowboys. I mean, I said Cowboys. I think I got the Eagles right now. I gotta see how that Chargers passing game develops, and I mean, like how good Trey Harris is, and like what I mean, Mike Williams could give them. I mean, to this point.
Because I'm low key trying to go to that game too, but we're gonna see.
I mean, and I heard the LA Stadium is super nice though.
Yeah, and I heard it's
It
almost like a home
is.
game. It's almost like a
It's
home
gonna be a home
experience.
game.
Yeah, nah, I'm going with the Chargers. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Interesting. All right, so we got what's the next one? Dolphins, Steelers.
And that's in December too.
Mm,
Yeah, I'm going with this.
I'm
I'm
going with
with the Steelers.
Steelers, man.
I mean,
Because
until
it's gonna
the
be in Pittsburgh.
yeah
Yeah.
in Pittsburgh in December, until the Dolphins can win a cold weather game, I gotta go with the Steelers.
I don't know why this on Monday Night Football, but okay. 49ers versus the Colts.
I mean, you gotta put.
I
Come on,
don't know, man. Because the Colts, they one of them teams. Like,
Give me that belt.
they don't.
I mean, the Colts be playing good against the good teams, though. That's the
Yeah,
one thing.
that's what I'm saying, man. This going I don't know. You would think San Francisco would win this game, but I don't know, man. The Colts be
Yeah.
one of them teams that be sneak beating people, bro.
Because I mean, I think the last 2 times the Colts played the Chiefs, they beat the Chiefs. So it's like they're one of them teams that play really good against the good teams. So
Mm.
I'm a side with the Niners right now because I think the Niners just have a better team. But I mean, it's the game's not till December, so I got time to change my mind.
Yeah, I'm a just go for the upset at this current moment. I'm gonna go with the Colts because I got to do say the Colts tend to play spoiler around this time of year.
Yeah.
Last game we got Rams Falcons.
Yeah, I got the Rams.
Damn, you don't think Pennett's gonna be playing like A1 football at this point?
I mean, he
Cooking it
might
up.
be. I mean, he might be, but like, how you gonna stop Penix? Not Penix, but I mean, how you gonna stop Puka and Tay?
I mean, they got what's buddy name? I don't even know. Shit. AJ Terrell.
Yeah, but who they cornerback to, Smitty?
I'm not even sure that AJ could shut down Puka.
I
I'm
don't
not
even know
even
who they
sure.
cornerback to is, Pop. Don't
I
ask
don't
me rhetorical
think.
questions. I'm giving
I
people
don't
faith.
know
I
if
told you what my
they.
job is today, Pop. It's
Who
faith.
was it? Who was
Faith.
it? QB2. I mean, not QB, but CB2.
Because it ain't what's it called no more.
Their CB2 is Mike Hughes.
Who the hell is that?
I ain't gonna hold you, Gina. I want they fans to have hope, and then I want them to blow like 6 games at the end of the season. Yeah, like I want them to have high, and then I want them to hit such a low low. That's what I want for the Falcons, man.
So you want to go like 6-3 and then just fall apart type shit.
Yes, absolutely. Where all the dreams and hopes of making the playoffs get dashed.
Isn't that
Hmm.
basically what happens to them every year?
Well, I know the Rams fans is hoping on that too because I think they got their first round pick.
Oh man,
So
shit.
I mean, they're definitely hoping on that.
They quarterback of the future.
I mean, could you imagine if the Falcons turn around and get the Rams a top 15 pick? That should be crazy. I don't think that's going to happen because I think the Falcons going to be vying for a playoff spot. But
Simple. I'm trying to do my best, brother. I'm trying to do my best. You got to give the people faith, man. You got to give the people faith, man.
I mean, that might be your job, but that's not my job.
Nah, I'm gonna give them faith in the summertime, Mick.
I mean,
when them field lines get striped.
I mean, if I think your team ain't gonna be good, I'm just gonna let you know right now. I'm not gonna waste no time with it.
Nah. You know, we get down to the nitty gritty. See, this is just preseason, so I can give everybody hope and still pick against them. And then we start picking them power rankings. Y'all know how it go. When the power rankings come out, y'all see your team at 32. You know Smitty put the vote in.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna give you hope until I don't have to give you hope anymore. Right now it's summertime. Ain't no games getting played. Ain't nobody lining no cleats up. You can get a little hope. In a few months though, you gotta step out on that field, boy. A lot of your teams that y'all gonna come and say they're gonna win 13 games, 10 games, they're gonna win 6, 3. You looking crazy.
I'm going 2015. Listen, I'm sitting pretty.
I mean, well, pop like the only person that's like she wanna go 0-16, 0-17, like
No, I want to get 2 wins.
against the
So,
hold on. Against the
mm-hmm.
Falcons or against the Panthers, which one?
I mean, if I could sweep the Falcons, you know, if I could sweep the Falcons and get them 2 wins, I'm happy. But I don't care. I just don't want to be the first 0-17 team. Like I take 2 and
Okay,
15
okay.
now.
Right. That sound reasonable. That sound reasonable. I think hey JMIK, I think the worst thing for Pop is her winning over 5 games. She'll crash
Man,
out.
if that team's winning 6 games, boy, I'm like, she's gonna be cussing every week on this show.
Pop gonna cuss us out, and it's gonna be me first because she gonna be like, Smitty, you said this shit. I got all the faith in the Saints though. No. I got all this faith that they're gonna treat Pop how she needs to be treated this year and get her the quarterback she deserves.
It's not even that. I want my GM gone, bro. I need this to crash and burn just a little bit.
You think they're gonna fire him if he crash and burn?
Have to, because you clearly are not the guy to build the front office the way you need to build it, and you also not making the right moves to make this team competitive. So we'll see.
All right, so that's the prime time games. So we'll be coming out with some things to keep y'all up to date, man. But we had the 2-hour 30-minute mark, so we're gonna get up out of here, man. We're gonna hold y'all all day. We'll be back. Probably do like a some type of schedule prediction or something like that. You know, give some type of record prediction here soon.
Yeah.
A little early one, and then we come up with some things, man. It's about that time where it's about to get real slow, real slow. I don't think there's really much here between here and what OTAs.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a lot of stuff.
So
So
we'll keep it fun and active for the people, man. Hey, Pop, give us some final words so we can get up out of here, man.
Hey, tap in with the community page on Twitter. We're gonna try to do a couple, like some community spaces throughout the week. Also, we're gonna be dropping questions. So just keep the conversation going on the days we don't have the pod, and just keep tapping in with us every Saturday at 11:15 Eastern, and tell a friend to tell a friend.
We out.